Howdy ho, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Saturday night live stream with me and...
Of course me.
The Elsinora.
The miniature mommy.
Mini mommy. Oh, you're back.
Oh, back.
You've been replaced.
Just in time.
That's okay.
How's everyone going tonight? We got Zafiel's in the house. Gunnar, how's it going? Matt.
Hi.
The Grizz is here. Oh, you're here early. Hi, all weird on the thumbs down. Oh, if we got thumbs down, must be some Milwaukee fanboys. I got a slew. I don't know. Somebody must have shared the video or something, but I got a slew of really nasty hate mail this week from some Milwaukee fans. So they boy, of all the brands that I've bashed for this, that, or the other thing, the Milwaukee guys just cannot take it. They get really real butthurt about it. And Terry, how's it going, Terry? Glad to see you here. Scott, how's it going? Buckeye in the house. PJ Kentucky's here. Thomas Smith, the Mr. Handlebar, of course. They're watching from Fort Myers, Florida. That's awesome.
I thought it said Fort Myers Panda.
Yeah. We were, what's up from New Hampshire? New Hampshire in the house.
Nice.
Baka Khan. Maintenance man, how's it going, man? Sorry, I know a lot of you, like Maintenance man, I know you've been doing a lot of videos and stuff. We're way off on watching our videos because we've been so busy. We spent most of the day today in, hey Yoda, long time no see, man. Well, we've got where were we? We were at our church's retreat camp, which is up in the Absaroka Wilderness. No, they don't have to worry about banning phones and cell phones because you got nothing up there. So out in the middle of God's country, just so beautiful up there. The waters. I forgot my fishing rod, of course. But
Mommy took it out just before you left.
Hey, scoot over, princess. They can't see you. There you are. Gotta get your cute little face in there. I'll move over.
Hi, I know.
No one wants to see me anyway.
Everyone's always here to see me. I know. I'm so glamorous.
So let's see here. What do we got here? Lowe's has some crazy deal on gear wrench tools. I'll have to check into that. Have you guys got any first-hand knowledge of the cement mixers? I've got no first-hand knowledge. I've got some second-hand knowledge. And basically what I've heard is that basically like 9 and 10 are good. But if you get one, take it home, run it, throw some water and some rocks in it, and just run it for an hour. And if it's going to die, it'll die then. If not, it should keep going just fine. Got a MigMax 215 today for $637 plus the state. Yeah, taxation is theft. I taught my kids that when they were young by eating part of their cookies. They learned that lesson real quick. George is in the house. Actually, at the camp we were just at, we're talking to a gentleman from Georgia who sells airplanes for a living. I was like, that's a pretty cool gig. Covina, California, how's it going? OFC rollout, hi y'all.
Hi.
Yoda just bought the Master quarter-inch impact for $23. Wow. That's a good deal. Colorado's in the house.
Hi, Colorado.
Awaken Dusk, hello from Labsdale, PA, suburbs of Philly. I've only been to Philly a few times. I've loved it in Philly. I think it's a great town from all I've seen. Brian, greetings from Omaha. Really? Millard North, represent. Go Mustangs. Great deal at Harbor Freight. Bought the Bauer wood planer. That thing is probably the best lunchbox planer for the money. I'm not saying there's not better ones out there, but you're not going to come close to it for that kind of money. We got Texas in the house. Alex here, Rancho. Elkvis says, I've been watching your channel for a month, and it already feels weird to see you instead of the bear. Bear gets Saturday nights off, He does a lot throughout the week, and Saturdays he's off, with his buddies carousing in the woods and stuff. So you gotta let the bear be the bear sometimes. He gets real surly if you make him work on Saturday nights.
He gets real grouchy, and then he orders a bunch of salmon pizzas.
Oh, Hiram, that was nice to lie to me like that. Hiram says that she looks just like the both of us. Aww. Yeah, we know she's a clone of her mom, and that's a good thing because that's where all her good looks come from.
No, I have the red hair from you.
You do. Your hair is getting more red by the day.
Yes!
Yeah, she only married me so we could have redheaded children.
That may or may not be an accurate statement.
Yoda says this set is $200 around everywhere else. Is that the... Hold on, I gotta take a look at this. Sorry, we're kind of crammed in here trying a slightly different setup than normal. And trying to see what's going on. The KT Tools 17-piece gearbox metric double box ratcheting wrench master set. No image. Well, that's not helpful. Sears making my wallet. Le Pair, yeah. My favorite wrenches. Bucket says, I went to Harbor Freight today to see if the white cart was available. It was not. When do you think it'll be out? As I said, they won't even answer my questions about it. They just pretend like it doesn't exist. I have heard complete crickets every time I bring it up with anybody at Harbor Freight.
What?
They're coming out with a white toolbox. Oh, the Big Bear's in the house. How's it going, Big Bear?
Good. Not very good. We can't find them.
You can't find what?
Oh, no, we can't get the chest open.
Have Mom help you.
Alright.
Howdy from Wisconsin. How's everybody? California here. Hey, home handyman. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. And, Alcus is in Wisconsin. Yo says, hey guys, search these pages. Oh, that's the Lowe's stuff. How about that 5-drawer coupon for $169? That's a great coupon. Now, I think that's the one that only does the black, red, and blue one, right? Or do they finally come out with one that's $169 for all 6 colors? 69 Husky Tool Cabinet at Home Depot did a video on this. It's hard to beat this at the price. I didn't actually get it in hand, but somebody told me about it. I did a video on it a couple weeks ago. I've seen it in stores. That is, if you need a spare little work table, it's hard to beat that price. You're drifting away from me. Yeah, guys, if you haven't seen it, go over to Home Handyman's channel. The Husky little, it's one of the smaller. It's like a 26-inch work cart. It's got a wood. I think it's got a wood cabinet top. It's got a power strip built in the side. It's got a metal pegboard on the back. 1 drawer, 2 door cabinets. $70. I mean, great little add-on. Sears sucks. Yeah, Sears has their issues. Charlottesville in the house. Daughter of Raw. Hey, how's it going? I know some stuff went out to you guys. I don't know. In fact, she just ran to. That's where she was. She was at the post office. Where are you running off to? Don't abandon me. No, I can't live without you. You're gonna slide under the table. Careful. The table's gonna eat you. Our floor kind of likes to make you slide under the table. Oh, we got the little bear. Whoops. Whoa. Little bear. So Little Bear came from
that little
this place right here.
Place.
We were down in Gardner, and the kids have been really good. So I got them each a little stuffed bear
that turns into.
And we do a lot of road trips. So I got them a stuffed bear that turns into.
It turns into a neck pillow, but I'm still putting it together.
You gotta get the beads to sort out, but turns into a neck pillow. So they have a little stuffed bear. They have a neck pillow. Anyway. They were good kids.
It's also a keychain that you can put on your backpack.
Oh, there you go. Hey everyone, just so you know, if you see here how Terry said at Den of Tools, if you type it in like that, just like that, no spaces, at the Den of Tools, you gotta have the in there. It'll show up on my screen just like it does right here, so I know that you're talking to me and not just chatting amongst yourselves, and that's the second surest way of getting me to read your comments. I'll let you figure out what the surest way of me reading your comments is. Hey, Bear Cub, I went and bought the Herc Big Battery with 50% off. Thanks for the heads up here in Knoxville. That is a killer deal, man. That is, I think it's, at that price, it is a landslide best buy in all the lithium-ion batteries that are out there. They're super high-quality batteries, and at that price, it's just, they got to be losing money on them. Do you like the DeWalt multi-oscillating tool deal at Home Depot for $90? Not a big fan of DeWalt in a lot of cases. Their oscillating tools are not my favorite. They got great grinders. They've got, what was the other thing I was just talking to somebody about? Oh, I forgot what the other thing was. I'm a little sun fried from being out and barbecuing and I lost my drone this week or today. We're out. I've flown in all sorts of places down in Vegas with electrical lines, all these RF interference. Never a problem. Fly in the middle of the wilderness, no interference. My drone just took off into the middle of the wilderness, gone. It went on walkabout.
This is my neck pillow.
There you go.
Would you like it?
No, thank you. We look like a hole through and through. Go back to the store back in 1984. Comes back as Sears at Kmart. Justin Dow mentioned it. Justin Dow mentioned the tools you were talking about or the cart. Oh, no. Wagaloo, you ignoring me? I try not to, but again, as I said, make sure you put the at the den of tools so I know you're talking to me. I got a great deal yesterday on Amco Power MTS 25 multi-process welder on eBay. No, around $600. Someone in Hong Kong's asking for $19 with free shipping. Are you serious?
Is that cheap or expensive?
RS is asking if I have any information on the white tool cart. I literally told everything that I could in the last video, which is that basically they've gone silent. And I've almost always gotten information if I asked about, it was either, hey, we've got information, no, we don't have information, or maybe it's like this. It's just like, oh, did you ask something? No. Not sure what it will be in the box when it arrives, but for that price, it was worth the risk. I know with eBay, at least the eBay will stand behind it and back it up, right? Let's see here. I am on live chat. Just I know people are going to say, how does the quality compare between Tecton and Icon? There's not a lot of Icon stuff out, so it's really hard to say. We don't have any Icon sockets or anything else. I mean, we've got the Icon torque wrench, and I have that. And I've got a couple of the other. I don't have the Icon breaker bar. I have the Pittsburgh Pro breaker bar. I find it hard to justify the price on the Icon breaker bar. But you know what? They're looking fairly similar, to be honest. At least from the pictures that I've seen of the Icon stuff. I'm excited for the Icon stuff to come out, but I gotta say, I saw the Icon, or not the Icon, I saw the Tecton stuff in person when I was at the hardware show a few months back, and it super impressed me there. And when I got it in person, it's like it's been like 2 or 3 months. It's almost like you forgot how good this stuff really is for the price. It's just ridiculous. Can you give some info on the white tool cart? I don't have any to give. Is there any quality difference between just the reels of the Earthquake XT hose reel for 1 and the Jump? I don't know. All I know was I saw that it came out with it. They changed the color. I think I looked at it and saw that it looked like it was built more robustly. Well, it is. So that's right. So the Earthquake is an all steel one. If I'm not mistaken, the Diablo was in that plastic housing. So the Earthquake is a lot more robust. Hold on, what?
You couldn't find all the 10 millimeters. You said what I found.
What cart was this in?
The green one.
But it was in the top little
No,
cabinet.
it was in the second.
Oh no, this was down there. You needed to look up in the top ones. There you go.
Griffin got me 12 millimeters.
That's great. Run along.
Where's Elle?
I don't know where she went.
Alright. Bye, streaming.
He says bye. Bunny's in the house. Hey, Bunny. She says, hey, to Bear and the Cubette. I don't know where my Cubette ran off to. Eleanor. I'm flailing over here. I think she's out gallivanting. Terry says, wow, needed support and right past it. Lovely. Bye-bye.
Oh. What?
What?
Did you do at the Den of Tools?
Oh, it was Terry.
No. Oh, that's different Terry.
Oh, how did I miss this? Night, good mom died Wednesday. My daughter getting a divorce and truck broke down in the shop. Oh, man.
I am so sorry.
That sucks. We're really sorry for you, Terry. It's a hard... There's been a lot of people having a hard month.
Yep.
And I'm really sorry. We're going to include you in our prayers tomorrow at church. It's not an easy thing to go through. And then all of it piling up at once. Let's see here. How did the quality can give in from the white cards? Where can I get the 15% coupon? It's on the Harbor Freight's website right on the front page. And if you can't find it there, you can always go to the Harbor Freight coupon database.
Hey, Grizz.
Grizz in the house. Bunny said hi. She's here.
Hi. I'm here. I was just helping the Cubs with something and delivering produce to the neighbors.
When are we going to see a video with animated Cubs? That'd be awesome. I talk about doing it, but...
Oh my goodness, Bella.
Trying to get them to sit still for a video long enough, as you can see, is kind of hard. Grizz says, hello, Jeff and Little Cubs. Paul Weber, Dental Tools. I have the Harbor Freight Auto Darkening welding helmet and love it. Yeah, I haven't heard... Ow, dog!
She's going to rip your arm out.
Sorry. The Labrador demanding attention. Yeah, I haven't heard anything bad about that helmet. Not from anybody who actually has it. How would you rate the Bauer Big Battery for their tools? I wish it was bigger than 3 amp hours. It's a decent sized battery at that. How do I say it? The Hercules, here's what you understand. The Bauer battery, 3 amp hour battery, is $40 for 3 amp hours. The Hercules big battery is a 5 amp hour battery for $40. It's really a much better deal to go with the Hercules line. But as I've not had anything negative really to say though about the Bauer stuff that I've been using. Go ahead.
Minorca says, hey everyone, checking in, just finished up dinner, had drunking mussels. Were your mussels drunk? Are you drunk? Were they delicious mussels? Sorry, I think of course it's a typo, but it was a silly one. I couldn't pass it up.
Atomic Zombie says he's sorry about our drone.
Oh, so you told them.
How much was it? The drone? It was $1,500 drone. New subscriber, enjoying your updates on deals. Thank you, Randy. Appreciate it.
Welcome.
Oh, Yoda was talking about the car. Yeah, that's been a big deal. A lot of people have been talking about it. Jamie Vargas getting dollars from El Paso, or greeting dollars from El Paso. Oh, wow. Travis Langier. Hold on. We've got a new cowbell in the house.
Yes.
And and I love how he did this. He's very subtle, but that's Brad's workbench with the sticker on it. Brad sent us a new cowbell. You want to do the honors? You better do it way over there because that sucker's loud.
That is a new bell. I rung your bell.
Rang my bell. Oh my gosh, that thing is loud.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the support.
It is awesome. And thank you, Travis. Back from Canada. I missed your stream for the last few weeks.
Oh,
Welcome back.
Glad you're back. And for anybody who's wondering, that's the number one way to make sure that we read your message.
Yes.
Do you know anything about the new toolbox coming from Harbor Freight? Nope, nothing other than it's coming. I'd be ashamed of you if you wasted money on the icon bar. Thank you. I'd be ashamed of myself too. What? Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Apparently I'm more behind than I thought. Are you talking to me?
Yes,
you must be talking to me.
You.
Greeting. Okay, we already said that. I bought the Earthquake XT Stubby with 50% coupon. That's a good one. Only 10% watching have hit the like button. Give it a whack. Thank you, Jim. That's really nice of you. What Bauer tool do you recommend for that 15% discount? The Circ Saw, I think, is the best one to go for. Minorca says he hopes everyone is well tonight.
I will be back in like 37 seconds. Maybe you don't count that. But have we seen Steven or Daughter Ra?
Daughter Ra.
Oh, I missed you. I'm sorry. Hello.
Scott Punko says, hey, Scott, how's it going, man? Bear family, we're doing great. We've been out in the wilderness all day today. We were rushing home to get here just in time to set up and log in. Camel Hospital, hose reel on Amazon for half the price of the Diablo and working great for me. Thanks for the recommendation, Paul. Paul Weber, do you know anything about the new toolbox? Oh, we already answered that. No, I don't know anything about it. Living Larger says, chased a Lowe's reset for weeks until it finally happened. Appreciate the information. The store kept lots to themselves so the employees could score the deals. Sorry to hear that. I've been hearing that a lot. That at this point, they all know it's coming. The information's all got passed around, and a lot of it's getting scooped up before it even hits store shelves at this point. Hey, Dick, how's it going? Dick Tickles in the house. Pittsburgh brake bars are fine. I'd rather have both a standard one and a ratcheting breaker bar versus just the icon breaker. Oh, are you back now?
I'm back.
Little princess. What's up from SC? James Vargas says, I wrench on mountain bikes a bunch. Do you know any torque wrench that measures in NM? Brake-specific wrenches cost a kidney. There are a few, but every single one I do know will cost you both kidneys. I don't know of any inexpensive ones off the top of my head that you can do NM in. D Nichols, when I think of a good tool, which you recommend, I think DeBear, referring to you. Wagaloo says, quality is more important than color. White, pink, turquoise, who really cares? Sorry. I don't know if I could go for a garage full of pink toolboxes, but I know what you mean. I usually there, but there might come a point where even I'd have to draw the line. Terry Reed, how's it going, guys? To message the bear, as he says, you need to type in at the Den of Tools altogether. Scorpion Sunday in the house, how's it going? Matt Porpsky, hi Clan of Bears, how's it going there? Aris says thanks for your reply. Wave some Scal says hi. She's outside. We'll tell her when she gets back. I've been eyeing a couple Bauer tools like the cordless jigsaw and sander. Do you know if Hercules will be coming out with more tools like that? They will. I posted a picture way back in November, and I should probably post it somewhere you can see it easily. The Bauer line is probably going to have 2/3 of the tools that you see in the Hercules line will probably have about 2/3 of the tools you see in the Bauer line. Think of it as like the Milwaukee line versus the Ryobi line. Ryobi's got just tons and tons of tools covering every little thing around the house and whatnot, whereas the Milwaukee line's more focused on professional kind of stuff. You'll see a few extra things, but not nearly as much. Did you ask if you could have that Sprite?
I'm going to.
Oh, you're going to ask.
Can I have it?
Don't ask me. Hey, Al, hold on. What Bauer tool or earthquake tool do you recommend for $25? Did I answer that one?
Oh, wait, did we?
The Bauer, I recommend the Circ Saw. The earthquake, oh, sorry about that. The earthquake, I don't know. I looked at some of the earthquake stuff. Maybe that little polisher. But that's getting into the 12-volt line. I don't know if you want to start another battery line. Scorpion Sunday says, hello, Bear family.
Did we skip Travis's donation?
No, Mom already rang for him.
Okay.
Matt says, I showed your channel to a guy installing my office floor yesterday. He subscribed when he saw it. Also told him about Harbor Freight stepping up his game, and he was very interested. Actually, little Miss Eleanor, we went to dinner with some people the other day, and the guy walks in and he goes, I know you. And he was talking to you.
Yeah, he was talking to me. He was like, I didn't know Den of Tools was your dad. And I was like, because I had met him. I was working with one of our friends. And
at their thrift store.
Yeah, and he came in, and he was like, he was
Thank you.
Nice. And then when he came there, he was like, I know you, and I know you too. I didn't know that was your dad.
Yep. Is the Ames clamp meter good enough for automotive use? Oh, yeah, it's excellent. I've actually used it a bunch since then. I should do more videos on it. It is really good. I've got a good friend of mine who is an old school. Wow, the dude's got patents, electrical patents. He programs circuit boards and stuff like that. He was fairly impressed with it. Last was at Denatools. Okay, that was the amp meter we were just talking about. How do you rate the Hercules compared to the older DeWalt 18 volt? I'll be honest, I did not use the older DeWalt 18 volts. I know a lot of people liked them. I can say that it's way better than the newer DeWalt 20 volt system, but I've never really heard many people complain about the DeWalt 18 volt system. Now, if you know, there's a couple, like I think it's Voss. It's either VOSS or VASS. It's a Chinese company that makes knockoff batteries, and they still make NiCad batteries for that 18-volt system. So you might want to consider looking into that. Terry says, I'm looking for a battery-powered compressor to pump up lots of soccer balls and things like that. Ever heard of such a thing? Yeah, DeWalt makes one. And I think Rigid has one too, but I know DeWalt has one. Jamie Vargas! Woo! Okay, I'm going to try not to deafen everyone. Whoa, $2 for the hollards. Start for the new drone fund. Yeah, it was a Phantom 4 Pro. And it's just so sad. I've flown that thing in all sorts of areas where, like, oh, you shouldn't because the interference could cause a flyaway or something. Never a problem. I'm out in the frickin' wilderness where there isn't an RF signal in sight. Nothing to interfere with it, and it just up and went gone. Just gone. Have no idea what happened to it. Justin, thank you so much. Brad's Workshop. Hey, fellas, ladies. Hey, Brad. We got a new cowbell. Did you know about that? This thing's awesome. Thank you so much. Big shout out to Brad. Check out his channel. Brad's Workbench. He's a great guy. Don't let him know I said that, though. He'll get a huge head. Anyway, no, he's got a great channel and good opinions on most stuff. Most stuff. Scal, sorry, gotta go $5 from Scal. Yeah.
Thank you.
Scal says, Bear, is your cell phone number on your drone? No, but my FAA license number is on it. Yoda says, you think you were hacked or have some kind of NSA person messing with you? That drone was just... I'm pretty sure it was aliens. Up in the mountains like that. It's either aliens or Bigfoot. Gotta be. The Squatch. You gotta watch out for them Squatches. Let's see. Toolhead's in the house. Hey, Toolhead, how's it going there? Nick Hoffman, has the vacation section been set up? No, I need to do that. Oh, we jumped on there.
Sorry.
Red somebody, are there any Rural King stores near you? There are not. I've been hoping, I've been checking around. The closest we got out here is Murdoch's. And I did a video last year. I'm going to do another one. It's a great, I love Murdoch's. But no, there's no Rural King, no Northern Tool. What's the other one? I can't remember what the other one is. But sorry, none of the other ones are around here. When is the Bauer Bluetooth radio coming out? Soon. I got emailed about it yesterday. Do you have any experience with the 100-watt solar panel kit? Oh my gosh. No, but I have the... Wait. Is the 100-watt or 150? We got the newer one. I don't remember any watt. Haven't used it a lot, but we do have it. I think, honestly, that it's one of the best ones you can just go out and buy. There are people who like to argue that, oh, you can buy better stuff on eBay, blah, blah, blah. You can, but those are like the kind of panels you get with those kits are the ones that need to be in direct sunlight. The panels that come with the Harbor Freight are the kind that can take indirect or even covered, and they're more universally useful in my understanding, especially if you're going to ceiling mount it like on a trailer or an RV, which is what we were interested in. You look cute.
Thank you. I'm really hot for whatever reason.
Oh, and you're modest too, aren't you?
I've been running around.
Look how low I'm sitting. I'm like way down here, slouching under the table.
Your pocket.
And I got
A
They
pocket full of
can't. They
wrenches.
can't see here. I got a pocket full of wrenches.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yes. Did you see Zaphael's comment? No,
No.
we're not there yet. All right.
Maybe the Quinn Digital one. I've been begging for the Quinn Digital one. I've been shamelessly begging for it, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. Smudge much as well as use of dual orbital. Okay. Sorry, D. Nichols was saying, I'm thinking the Icon torque wrench is the only way. I have it. They did send me that. I haven't done a review on it. I need to, but the thing's a beast. It's awesome. Zafio says, I dropped an air conditioner
out of a second-story window by accident yesterday, and it landed on the concrete and made a ton of noise. Surprisingly, it may still work.
Holy cow! What
You should
brain
do a
is
video
that?
on that. Maybe do a reenactment with like a broken, janky one. I'm just saying.
It landed on concrete? Is your friend's neighbor's dog named Concrete by any chance? The Craftsman 3/8-inch torque wrench isn't too expensive. There was a time there where it was pretty cheap. So same with the Cobalt, but that's if you can get your hands on it.
Brad must not have heard us.
Did you get my special package? I just said. I even held it up and everything.
And we rang it several
rang it.
times. We're going to ring it again. Woo!
We gave you a shout out and told people to go to your channel and everything. Where'd you go? See, step away for a moment. Thank you so much, by the way, if you didn't hear us before, because that was really cool to open that.
I'm going the wrong way. We love it.
El Paso in the house. I like the bear.
Gosh.
Oscar says, my Bauer has taken tons of use with no problems. Warranted it only once because my dog chewed a power cable off it. And they still warranted it.
Wow, that's pretty
I
cool.
just found this triangle pillow and I love it.
Yes,
Did he say anything about my shameless self-promotion? Yes. Yes, I did. And I thought it was awesome, by the way. I think that is so good. If you're a YouTube channel and you're trying to get better views and you're friends with somebody, sending them something like this, I love the fact that he stuck his own sticker on there. That is great.
And it really, truly is something that we will use a lot.
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of channels, I keep hitting the microphone, sorry about that. A lot of channels get really kind of, excuse the term, pissy about this kind of thing. We're all out there just trying to help each other and support each other. Brad knows that. He knows I'm always supporting other channels, and I'm not here concerned that one channel is going to get bigger than me or something like that. If anybody deserves to get bigger than me, it's definitely Brad. He probably knows way more about the kind of stuff. Like, ask him about hand planes and stuff like that. You know, I'm not an expert in everything. And he's a smart guy. He's a nice guy. Not as good looking as me, but who is?
I did look for another hand plane today when I was at the amazing thrift store, and I did not find one today. But I will go tomorrow, and it's even cheaper.
And I took a whole bunch of video of thrift stores and tools and hand planes, and then I used that SIM card or that memory card in the drone, and it's now in the middle of the mountains, being squatched.
So it's amazing footage that the squatches
watching. Yeah.
munching.
Let me catch up here on some of the comments.
Whoa, Yoda knows someone that has 37 10mm wrenches.
Wow,
Yoda,
he's got me beat.
I think that maybe that's where everyone else's wrenches are going.
I think I only have about 20.
I'm just saying.
That was utensils in his pocket. We'll be snacking later. Also, all different brands. Yes, this is 16 wrenches. Well, actually, not quite 16. Almost 16 wrenches. I got the other ones over there. All different brands.
Bunny said, I binge watched your live streams a few weeks ago, and every time I started falling asleep, someone would make a donation. That cowbell would literally startle me wide awake.
You watch this stuff so late.
Yes, we're here to wake you up.
Hiram says, we'll rendezvous with Landsman tomorrow to purchase a Canon HF R800. I don't share tips of how
if
to...
I don't share tips on how things went with your review, would that make me selfish?
So I somewhere I've got one of the older Canon Vixias that I think it's the HF80 actually, and then you want to get the wide angle. You want to get the wide angle for it for doing filming. It really helps. Getting up all on me there.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
It's okay because we're married.
I was gonna say I'm married,
I do now.
Just me tonight. Steve is down enjoying the party.
Aww. Well, you're having a good time with us.
And how was your birthday week? I hope he treated you well.
Yes, that's right. There may or may not be a birthday card in the mail.
Matt says, oh, he's wondering where I found a cowbell. Yep. You can thank Brad for it. I have an old DeWalt 12-volt XLPG that won't die. I have to get Chinese batteries for. We had one that we just sold. We had an old DeWalt that we inherited from your dad, like one of the original cordless ones, and it was still running.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sold it for $20. Clay Mockert, sorry it took us. We got to catch up. I know we talk too much.
Says
Go ahead.
I'm interested in the Tecton 3/8 Master socket set that you reviewed. Is it the best bang for the buck at $125? It looks like a complete set, which is what I'm looking for.
So first of all, I reviewed the 1/2-inch set, not the 3/8. But I have to say, I am really impressed with Tecton as a company. I'm impressed with the quality of their tools. And for looking for no-skip sets that you can buy just one and done, I do honestly think they are the best bang for the buck. Everyone knows I love Harbor Freight. I have tons of Harbor Freight tools, and I wish the Icon stuff would come out, and it would be great, and it would compete and everything. But like with the Tecton, you break something, you take a picture of it, you upload it to their site, and they send it to you in 2 to 3 days, usually.
Awesome.
I have stories. Guys send me emails or send me a story. Last week he was under a truck in a shop, broke. I can't remember what tool it was. Was it the breaker bars? He broke something. Took a picture. Pulled out a cell phone. Took a picture while still under the truck. Uploaded it and forgot about it. And 2 days later got a replacement in the mail. Doesn't get any easier than that. That's better service than Snappy can give you.
Toolhead 147 said, "Hey, you lost your drone. I have a Unique almost lost. Unique. That's way better than a eunuch. Anyways, almost lost it in Flagstaff. You should watch my video on my second drone channel, Jerry_DW7.
I'm gonna check it out. I didn't know you had a second one.
That's awesome.
Do you have your Part 107 license?
And Jim Grady said, "Oh, that's funny. At the same place I am with the bear being like 2 minutes behind."
Yeah.
And Jim said, "Rural King, Tractor Supply, Harbor Freight. It's like I have 3 ex-wives. All my money goes to them."
Ain't that the truth? Oh my gosh. So we don't have Rural King in Vegas, but we've got
we do.
We've got Cow Ranch, which is a lot like Rural King.
Okay, and we have Tractor Supply not in Vegas. It's in what?
Pahrump. It's about an hour away, but we like going to Pahrump.
And we have Harbor Freight, as everyone knows.
We got 6 of them.
Yep.
Hey, love the show. I'm looking for a good 1/2-inch electric impact. Any good comparison videos on them? I have not done any comparison videos. The only electric impact that I have right now is the Bauer. I'm pleased with it. I'm going to do a video on it here shortly. But I've got an air impact. I've got one of the Earthquake XTs. And it depends. If you're looking for a budget, hold on. What are you chowing on?
Elliebo gave her a snack.
All I can hear behind me is it's like
She's like
ASMR video.
Yes.
So
oh my gosh. Except no one else here can hear it. But she's crazy.
I hope you can't hear it.
Yeah.
So anyway, so if you're looking for a budget one, I think either the Bauer or the Cobalt. The Cobalt is excellent. Somebody just did a review. They used one for 2 years in a professional shop every single day, all day long. Used and abused, and it stood up to it. There's been a lot of great stories about it. The Bauers are great. If you're going for higher end, I think you really need to go with either the Milwaukee or the Earthquake, depending on which way you want to go with it. Juan is heading to Harbor Freight right now.
Don't forget to use a coupon.
Stay safe. Keep your wallet safe.
Yeah, good luck.
Hipsters and Hippies says it's getting hot in here.
That's right.
It's getting hot in here.
Matt says, "Is Mrs. Bear going to prom?" Why, yes, I am.
Tool says he's got the 100-watt solar panel kits. I'm gonna hit a year sitting out there in the sun. Still works well.
Cool.
And Toolhead, you got to tell him where you are too, because when he sets it in the sun, he sets it in the sun, and that's coming from someone who lives in Vegas during the rest of the year.
Oh.
Hire him.
Hey. Says you can modify an adapter to force a modern DeWalt 60-volt battery in an XRP model, but like Red Bear, they are extremely overrated. What?
Ouch!
What?
Overrated. Overrated.
We appreciate the donation, but what?
What happened to my soda? Did you take it?
No.
I had one sitting right here. Right here.
He's losing his mind.
That happens when you get old.
Yes, old bears.
Old bears. So let's see here. I'm trying. Lagging signals in and out. Oh, hold on.
I think our strength. Hipsters and
there.
Hippies says, I'm looking for an AC right now, and wow, I want something that I can't read.
Sorry. I was checking her signal
I
strength.
want the
Looks
one
good.
mentioned earlier, for real. I obviously missed that. But I am all for AC. Like, if it's up to me, we'd be in,
yeah.
like, 67 all the time. And I just realized I think there's a stain on my shirt.
No, doesn't look like it.
Look, on there. I have a stain.
Turn towards me. That's so weird. I cannot see it. There's nothing there.
Weird.
But on the shirt, on there, it shows up.
Weird. So we're just going to pretend
Oh,
there's
wait.
no
I
stain.
can kind of see it right there, right?
Yep.
Weird.
Nice. My secret's out. I'm a messy person.
Scott Punk says, I agree with you. Like my channel, Alternative Living, I'm not doing it for money. I love what I'm doing and to show people a better, cheaper way of life. I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff. The living in the van, and if I didn't have kids and stuff, I might. We've talked about it that once the kids are gone, we're just going to buy an RV, use this place as a home base, and then just basically be gone most of the year.
Yep. I think it's we live in an amazing world, whether you travel internationally or domestically. There's lots to see.
Brad says, oh dang, you have to go thrift shopping again. I know.
Tomorrow is like the even cheaper day, and so I'll see what I can find. I'm trying to think of what gems I found. I found a huge Sterilite container for $1. I did get a huge duvet, like a feather bed. A feather bed for 20 cents. Kind of can't beat that.
Oh, I gotta sit up here. I'm sliding under the damn table.
Yep. Anyways, I could go on, but I'll stop.
We were the first place we went to was a local place called Junk and Disorderly. Mm-hmm. And the guy there is a real hoot. And so I'm not going to be sad about having to go back. They got lots of great stuff. It's not the cheapest stuff in town, but they have lots of great stuff.
It's amazing stuff.
Paul Weber says, do you have any Tecton tools and do you like them? Tecton. I know I keep saying Tecton. Tecton.
I'm going to start whacking him with the spoon every time he says it wrong.
I do. I have the whole...
or
a 10 millimeter. I have the whole half-inch socket set with 90-tooth ratchet and breaker bar. I have the ratcheting combination wrench set. I just did a video on the half-inch set, so the video on the wrenches are coming up. What drone are you planning to get? So I like the drone I have. I don't know. I might wait until the Phantom 5 comes out to replace it, but I had a buddy who worked for 3DR, which was one of the first drone companies in the U.S. And I got pulled into the whole drone community thing fairly early on. And so I had two 3DRs I ended up selling. I had a couple like the play drones and stuff like that, some drone kits. And I finally gave up on all of them and got a DJI. And I like the unique stuff, but the DJI software is just better. The batteries are better. It just works. It's like giving up on a PC and going with Apple. In this case, for the way I use it, the DJI was just simpler.
And I have no opinion because it all just sounds like wah 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 wah. when you're talking about it. And then when I can see it, then that.
Read Donna Ross' comment.
It was okay. At my age, with my work schedule, not much gets done. I don't know what that means. Stop trying to kill me with a chair.
I'm going to kill our children. They moved my soda to get to their laptop.
Oh, actually, I did that.
I knew you did that.
Never blame the children. It's always me.
The ferret.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's her nickname around here because she takes things and she runs. Like, takes shiny things and takes them and puts them places and you never know where they are.
I think most people just know that as a wife. And we know that we're just amazing.
That's true. I can't argue with that.
So, daughter of Ra, I think I missed something before. I don't know what that means.
I think she meant her birthday week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, then maybe you'll have to do like a redo birthday week this week.
So Nick says, in those of the land where Lowe's was slain, the Menards Masterforce weed trimmer appears to be identical to the Cobalt in all except battery. Can't send the link. Please look it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish Menards... I used to live in Indiana, and I used to shop at Menards all the time, but that was 15, 20 years ago. 20 years ago. 25 years ago. Getting old's not what it's cut up to be. And anyway, I loved Menards back then. Unfortunately, they're regional. They're not out west. There's a lot of areas where they're not. So we don't cover Menards as much as some of the other channels because we try to cover the entire U.S. But for those of you who are there, Menards can be a good option for a lot of things. The drone is registered. That's all. The drone is registered. It has... we have the drone insurance plan, but I don't know if it covers flyaways. I'm an FAA licensed pilot, and the drone is registered through the FAA. So if somebody tries to fly it, information should come up. But I don't know if Sasquatches care about that sort of thing. So
no, they just try to eat them. Brad says, "Don't have too much fun without me. Be right back." I know I didn't say
all right,
that
everyone, break out the party favors. Dental Tools, Harbor Freight needs caps and t-shirts a person can buy. I wear my Rural King all the time. People have said that. I've talked to them about it. In fact, we're actually thinking about we're trying to come out with a baseball cap. Because I've been trying to do shirts because I always have fun with Red, with his shirts and stuff. But we get a lot of bigger guys. I'm a bigger guy. And trying to find a company that can make decent-sized shirts. They come out being like $100 a shirt.
Which is just ridiculous.
And that's with us not making any money on it and spending a bunch of time on it.
Yeah.
So we're thinking baseball caps. So if you'd be interested in a DeBear or Dental Tools baseball cap, let us know.
Or if you have like thousands of t-shirts that are super comfy.
The other thought was mugs, because I know a lot of people like the coffee mug kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I'd like to do tumblers. That'd be cool, like the Harbor Freight tumbler. Mm-hmm. We could buy Harbor Freight tumblers and silk screen a thing on it. That would be cool.
Do you know what I just heard? I heard he's going to buy some mugs, some tumblers, and I'm going to...
Lose the tops?
No, decorate them.
I just replaced my Stanley set with Tectons. For what's worth, full sets, higher quality. Yeah, they're great. Ska Punk says, to all you people out there, anyone who wants to get stuff with Harbor Freight generator can run air conditioner 50,000 or 5,000 BTUs. That's good to know. I should do a video on what generators can run AC units. Juan says, a friend of mine, journeyman mechanic, got judged on his Harbor Freight tools recently. The shop manager wants only name brand tools. I love that term, name brand. What exactly does that mean? Does
Harbor Freight's a name brand.
They've been Harbor Freight honestly has been around longer than DeWalt has been making tools, because DeWalt didn't start making tools until around the 90s, and Harbor Freight's been around since the 70s. That's more of a name brand than most of the tools. Porter Cable is not the Porter Cable it used to be. They got bought completely converted in 2000s. So what name brands are they looking for?
Can you scoot over at all?
I can. I shouldn't, but I will.
Whatever. I want them to be able to see the stain on my shirt more.
No, it's very graceful.
More uniformly.
My Troy-Bilt gas trimmer took a dive the other day, went to Lowe's and bought the Craftsman trimmer. It looks like a straight knockoff of the Troy-Bilt. Is it the gas one?
We're super behind.
Phoenix, Arizona. So, as Toolhead said, that's where he is. He's in Phoenix, and it was 112 today, but it's a dry heat.
It's a redonkulous heat.
Chaka's in the house. Ryobi sucks. Say it with us. Ryobi sucks.
It's such new information that she's bringing us here.
Haven't heard any talk about 30% off 5 items under $10. They've done it a bunch. I did a video a month or two ago on it. The top 10 items for under $10. So we the reason we don't talk about it much is we kind of talked it to death. But you can go back and check out the video.
Mike?
It sucks. It keeps the whiners out. What?
Mike Schmitz Sr. says, at the Den of Tools, missed a couples week, just got back from Branson, Missouri.
Branson!
And what I misread that as the first time was Bozeman. I'm like, what? You
Bozeman?
were in Bozeman?
Also, we're all our Livingston folk.
Yep.
Leading up to this, we had like half a dozen people who were on the channel in the live streams going, hey, we're in Livingston, we're going to meet.
We're really not scary people.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, I'm not scary.
Anyway, I was expecting you guys to come down, meet me down at the Mint or over at Whiskey Creek. Why are you giving me that eyeball?
I'm not giving you the eyeball.
Give me that eyeball.
I'm giving you the I love you eyeball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the second project, hold on, let me pull that up. Oh my gosh.
Oh, cool.
That is adorable.
That's awesome.
That still reminds me of my grandmother. She did cross stitch all the time. I love cross stitch.
Beautiful. I hope that you're treasuring all of the photos.
I don't know. Is it a Midwest thing that cross stitch is really popular? Because she's in the
cross
Midwest.
stitch
We're in the
here.
Midwest. Yeah, but you didn't. It was more like a squiggle stitch. I'm teasing.
It's his last live show. Yep.
Have you heard of Performance Tool Line? I bought 24 volt. Looking for a better one because I turn wrenches every. Performance Tool Line. Never heard of them. Sorry. For the wedding we were attending, well, I'm hiding from. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot you guys were going to that. DR Falcon mentions the Craftsman line is made by MTD. Well, that would explain a lot of things. All right, let me see if I can scroll up. I was going to say, let me see if I can scroll off without it jumping. Can't. How does Tecton know someone isn't abusing the free replacement warranty system by sending different pictures of the same tool? I don't know what kind of special tech they use. Maybe they just figure that people are honest and that the few people who are going to break the rules
There's always going to be one.
they're going to do it anyway. And honestly, I found that most people are trustworthy. When you honor that person by expecting trust and honesty from them, they usually return it.
Have a great dinner, Scal92253.
Scal, good night. He's the one who said hi to you earlier.
Oh.
And you just left.
And I think it's because you always say Scal and you don't say the rest.
Yes. Well.
So, sorry, I was confused. Good night. Have a great dinner.
Gunnar asks if I have any experience or opinion on the Hallmaster 3500 capacity drop foot side wind tongue jack. No, I don't. I have one, but it's not. I don't think it's 3,500 pounds. But I've got one, but I got mine at Tractor Supply, and I will say I need to do a follow-up video because it is getting pretty. It's getting to the point where I need to replace it, and we've had it for
Which thing?
2 years. The tongue jack on the trailer.
Oh, yes.
It wobbles in its little housing, so I'm gonna see if I can do a rebuild on it.
I know about tool stuff. I just don't know what they're called. I'm like the thingy-mabobber.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
There's a lot of people. That's another thing is you get a lot of people who get caught up in the terminology and think that's what actual knowledge is. That's just memorizing what other people call something. I've known lots of people who are self-taught who are brilliant at what they do. They just don't speak the same language.
Yep. And there's a whole group of people that use terminology to make people feel not included.
Yes, they're called IT techs.
Yep, sure are.
Paul Weber says my wife is always hiding my stuff. The struggle is real.
Okay, Paul, she's trying to protect you. Right. That's what I'm going to go with. That's my final answer on that one.
Toolhead says, I want to get a DJI Mavic Pro. Wish I had seen it before I bought my Unique. I had a Mavic Pro. Not the Pro 2. I had the original Mavic Pro. I got both of them around the same time. I bought my Pro used, It was great. Came with a nice case. Came with it was the You Must Fly set or something with the additional case. It was really nice. I flew it a bunch with the kids. We used it like a practice drone. But I'll be honest, I fly mostly outdoors, mostly aerial shots kind of stuff. And the Phantom is just so much more stable. And so it wasn't the Phantom 4 Pro. I think I misspoke. It was the Phantom 4 Advanced that I had. The only difference is the Pro has additional sensors on the side and the back. But the way I fly outdoors, I'm not ever backing into things or something like that. So it's not something I really worry about. And because you don't have those sensors eating up battery, you actually get 15% more flight time per battery with the Advanced rather than with the Pro. And it has the exact same optics set on it. Basically, the pros don't use the Pro. They get the Advanced. Go ahead.
Wasn't the very first snap off socket set a 7/16 square drive?
I don't know. Off the top, I remember I did a video on the history of Snap-on, and I remember looking at it, and I could probably look it up at some point. It's in my docs, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Sorry.
Yoda says, buy a scan and cut from me, and you can make the tumblers and cups.
Oh, there we go.
Jamie Vargas says, Harbor Freight, Tool Bear, laser etched tumblers. Take my money.
Well, Yoda, actually, we have sitting right here
A
a Cricut vinyl cutter and all that stuff. I just need to plug it in and use it.
Good evening, William.
Harbor Freight Tool Bear laser etched tumblers. Take my money.
Yes.
I don't know about laser etched, but I could probably do acid etched, where you put a template over it, then you brush it with the acid and peel it off. I've done it on glass. I've never done it on metal.
Okay, that sounds like I'm going to injure myself.
Well, I'm okay with the laser etching. We just need to buy a laser etcher.
You were going to say you were okay with me injuring myself.
You're going to do that anyway, sweetie. Let's be honest.
Just walking through the house.
William Logan in the house. Good evening, Bear and Mrs. DeBear. Jason's here. What's up, Denic Tools crew? And let's see here. I need to replace my rocker arm on a Dodge van. My impact can't break it loose. Any recommendation on penetrating oils? Project Farm. You got to go to Project Farm's YouTube channel. He did a whole thing on penetrating oils. It was a very comprehensive video. You got to watch it. When it comes to oils and expendables and stuff like that, he's been doing a great series on that kind of stuff. Speaking of which, speaking of doing that kind of stuff.
Oh.
What?
We just jumped.
Matt says, glad you posted a P.O. box. I'll send you a postcard from Table Rock. Thank you, Matt. By the way, just so you guys know, that's why that's up there. We're doing our postcard challenge. If you send us a postcard or a letter or anything, you send us a letter, we will send you back a postcard from lovely scenic Montana or Yellowstone Park, whatever we happen to come across. We got all sorts of, scenic postcards from written by our own paws here at the Den of Tools. But anyway, real quick, everyone hold up on the chats for a second. So
Really?
When I got into doing the YouTube channels, one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to do these big comprehensive videos. But buying a bunch of stuff takes money to do it and takes time, and I didn't have a lot of it to start with, which is why I started doing a lot of the news review and that kind of stuff. But now we're getting more time and more money into the channel. So what I've got here is one of the big things, the most controversial things that I talk about is that Snap-on isn't worth the money. It's not that they're not good tools, it's that everyone else has caught up to them tech-wise. As that's my hypothesis. So we're going to test it. What I have here are 16 of the most prominent names in wrenches. These are combination wrenches, 10 millimeter, like the most de facto standard wrench I could think of. And we've got Harbor Freight, we've got Craftsman Lowe's, we've got we got Cobalt.
I'll be back in just a second. It's rather quiet.
Got Wright Tools, Mac. I can show them to you. Why don't we do that? Wright Tools, Mac, Tecton. Who is this? Ye old Snap-on. The bear got on the truck. I did. I think this is gear wrench. I don't have my eyeballs on right now. Hold on. Yeah, gear wrench. This one's kind of unique. This is Williams, which is a division of Snap-on, but they put like a long indentation. I kind of like this one. We got Carlisle from Napa. That's their high-end one. I'm gonna save this one for last. That's kind of my favorite right now, just from handling them. And we've got Blackhawk Proto. This is the smallest one, really. And Duralast from AutoZone. Husky from Home Despot. Sunex. And Matco. And last but not least, one of my old, longtime favorites, Made in America SK Tools. This is by far the thinnest of the lot. This thing feels very live in the hand. It's nice, it has good length on it. I have high hopes for this one. Anyway, as I said, we're going to be comprehensive testing. And one of the challenges with this testing has been how do you test a combination wrench? Well, you could put it on a bolt and see when it rounds off the bolt and stuff. How do you measure that? So what we're going to be doing is instead of turning the wrench on the bolt, we're going to be clamping this in the jaw horse and using this little guy here in here with a digital torque wrench or torque adapter to measure when we get rounding, when it loses. We're also going to be measuring how much accuracy it has, how much flex or slop it has in the play. And I'm also going to be trying to measure how much the open end spreads when a certain amount of force is applied. So that testing is going to be happening next week. Hopefully the following week after the 4th of July, or maybe by the end of the week, we will have our first video. I don't know if I'm going to do all of them in one video or if I'm going to have to break them up into like sets of 2s or 4s. Depends on how long the videos take. Anyway, back to our program. I know we're way behind on the comments now. Bunny says, I'm listening. I'll be there in a sec. Bunny Macker, my wife loved the I love you eye. LOL. It was funny until she gave me that eye. Scorpion's at 33 subs. 1/3 of the way at 100. Woo! Toolhead says, I have a lot of Ryobi tools. Yeah, he does.
Oh my gosh.
Might replace them with Bauer and Hercules tools. Maybe next will be a few from Milwaukee for work. Yeah, don't let Chaka catch you with those Ryobis, man. Best part of a hotel, unlimited ice to crunch. That you and her separated at birth.
Wait, was that Daughter of Ra?
Yes.
Yes, that's my favorite.
Ronnie says, I gotta know who missed me the most. It's gotta be Foxy. Foxy was very sad that you were gone. Sad Fox.
Aww. Brad's Workbench said, I just created my own secret penetrating oil. ATF, acetone, and a secret third ingredient. Gonna make a video about it. Woohoo!
I was kind of, whoa, you just knocked me all over the place. Where am I? Spray stuff. Oh, no, don't use WD-40. Give me go back. Hello, sorry, I'm trying to catch up here. She knocked my hand as I was. Does Montana have protests like the West Coast?
Yes.
Where? Oh, downtown. There were a handful of loonies down on the corner screaming stuff. Or as we like to call them, speed bumps. Have you heard anything about the cordless Bauer 3/8 impact wrench for 325 foot? I have not. I know it's out. I heard a couple people had it and they just got it and they liked it so far, but nothing in depth on it. So I'm not to the point where I'm willing to say yay or nay on it. let's see here. But it's just called Fabulous Blaster PP. Oh, that's for Jason. Looking forward to that wrench review. Thank you. I'm looking forward to doing it. I really want to do more of these in-depth testing kind of stuff, a more scientific method.
If it's still wet.
Dan's in the house. What's up, guys? If it's still wet? What? This is a family-friendly channel.
They're playing with the cement stuff and creating things.
Oh,
so.
rubber cement. They're making foam armor using Harbor Freight, the foam floor pads. They're making foam armor and swords.
They're cutting out designs. It's pretty amazing. I just want to make sure that we're not rubber cementing it to anything important. Like
Jim Grady, when you have to hold things out at arm's length to read them, it's time to go to the optometrist. No, you just hand it to the wife and go, read this for me.
No, you hand it to the wife and say, hold it out further. There you
go. Nick says, out of curiosity, due to the fact that you have stated you are a tech nerd, what is in your PC? P.S. Please order and test a Master Force something for a few YouTubers to talk about them. So, in my PC, so that's kind of hard to say. So right now, this is an MSI Stealth laptop that I'm running off of. I bought it specifically for doing videos and because it was, what do you call it? Immersion, what do you call it? Put the goggles on. VR. It was VR ready. I've got an Oculus Rift. We did some dev stuff with Oculus. I fell in love with it. I had to get one, so I splurged and bought an Oculus Rift. Don't use it nearly enough, but there are some fun games on it. The PC I have for everything else, it's old. I've got an original model. I think it's a Sandy Hill. I could be wrong, but one of the original i7s. But it's got like 16 gigs of it's got 3 banks. So it's got 18 gigs of RAM. It's got 250 gig SD Samsung drives. And then I've got one big old Seagate data drive for a dump drive. And then I have a NAS that I dump all the big stuff onto. And that's my son in the background crying because he wants it.
No.
Because he can
Let's see here. I got some Cobalt wrench sets for $15 today at my local Lowe's, regularly $45. Thanks for the advice to go there on a regular basis. Look for the Cobalt stuff. Were they the ratcheting ones? I really like those. I think they seem great so far. I've had them for a few months now. Not a problem with them.
Tools and bagels. Hello.
Tools and bagels in the house. Who brought the locks? I'm joking. I hate locks. Jamie says, what about offering a Den of Tools Bear sticker pack? Those would be easier and cost-effective shipping. We're working on that too. We really are. The problem is I'm not an artist, so doing this stuff is not the easiest. If anybody is a great artist and wants to draw up something or something and do like a vector piece for us, we would really appreciate it.
Yes.
Like say, hey, if you want to support the channel but you don't have the money for a super chat, but you can do vector art, it'd be a great way to do it. We'd make you an honorary bear in the Den of Tools.
Oh, Rodney, awesome. Scorpion Sunday, you now have 34.
Woo! That said, we should. Duncan, what are you doing back there?
He's trying to cut his brother's arm off.
Trying to cut his brother's arm
With
off.
the foam sword.
Oh, well.
Please stop, boys.
My bad. Where did this go? That's not it. Sorry, I'm trying to... Oh, there we are. Okay, so we're at 1:08. And then it's time for us to take a hot second, take a break, and say thank you to all our mods. That's everyone you see there with the blue wrench, which at this point is getting to be everyone. And anyway, thank you so much for all our mods, for helping keep the channel family friendly, for helping answer questions or stuff we can get to, and moderating the comments. Also, please remember, most of our mods are also creators in their own right, either on here or on other platforms. And please take a moment to, go over to their channel and maybe give them a thumbs up at the very least. And consider liking, subscribing, and ringing the bell, because we like to support the whole community as a whole. We believe that a rising tide floats all boats. And, if you can come to our channel to learn one thing and then go over to Toolhead's channel to learn another thing, go Go over to Scorpion's channel or Yoda's channel. They all
Go
have
over to my
great
channel.
channels. Go over to Mad Bad Bear. He's got a channel. We got Little Griffey here. Has got Little Bear Big Plans. If you'd like to be a small entrepreneur. Anyway, so please take a moment, say thank you to them by giving them a thumbs up and maybe subscribing and ringing that bell. All right, back to the channel here. And I should say also, you know what we don't think enough? We don't thank the people who actively support the channel. All the people with the super chats and everything else.
Yes.
You guys rock. And, you know, we spend 4 hours every weekend here, sitting here chatting with you guys. And we love doing it. But getting those super chats really helps towards, you know, buying these wrenches. These wrenches averaged out at, I think it was something like...
Yes, you should definitely whack your wife with a wrench while she's holding a drink over your computer.
No one said that I made good
planning.
choices.
Good planning.
Anyway, it was like $17. We had some that were $33 was the highest. The cheapest I think was like the Harbor Freight, but I had to buy the whole set, of course, because they don't sell them individually.
I just kept looking at the receipts, going, "Oh my goodness!"
Yeah, and you know we're working on towards 20 of them here. That adds up. You know, when we did the ratcheting, the ratchet comparison adds up, and now people want me to do the mid-level ones. It's more money, and your support is what makes that possible.
Yep.
Like
Absolutely.
viewers like you, I feel like PBS here. You know, if you want to be a silver stage member, all right. Leo Jimenez says, "Hello all, new sub here. Love your videos. Thank you, Leo. Glad to have you as part of the Den Tools." It's an hour drive, William. Oh, because he's up in Vermont. Anytime he goes, it's a trek wherever he goes, whenever he goes. The Mad Bear, where's the Dremel? It's on the shelf
asking if he can use it.
over there. You cannot use it. You cannot use it without me there. You guys will take a fingernail off or something.
Yep.
Not if they stand back.
And
Once I use it with you once or twice and know that I feel comfortable with you using it, then maybe we can talk about you using it without me being there. But for right now, with power tools, I want to be there.
Gunnar, yes,
Should
I
we go
am
pick
wearing 2 pairs of glasses. Yes. Yes, I am wearing 2 pairs of glasses.
Welcome to the channel.
Yes,
Watch out there.
welcome to the channel of 2 glasses wearing. So I have eyeglasses, which I broke my other pair, and I continuously lose my glasses. So these are kind of an older pair. And then these are my sunglasses,
That's awesome.
which are also basically a hair accessory. So yes, I'm wearing 2 pairs of glasses.
I've lived with it for years.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And you
Best
haven't
part.
died yet.
And normally she has one of these little Torques that have the little earbuds that come out of it, and she'll be wearing those. And there are times she has multiple ones that she has 2 of them on because she forgot one died. She put the other one on, didn't take the other one off. So she's all about her accessories.
He's all about outing me. Just saying.
He's off to get us another beer. Thank you, William. I
Thank
can
you.
use a beer. I really appreciate that.
Appreciate that.
Ronnie says, I've been helping my mom pack and move stuff to her new apartment since 9 a.m. Just got
Oh
home
my
15 minutes
gosh.
ago. My son has to do what he can whenever he can to help his mom. Yeah, that is true. Family first, right?
Yep.
That's, as my grandfather said, family's not everything, it's the only thing. Mm-hmm. And Raven says, no, they were just combination wrench color-coded for SAE and metric sets. I really like that. And you know who I saw the other day? Crescent. The Crescent combination wrenches. Now, they have a slightly different end on the open end for their better grip and stuff. But the rest of it looks exactly the same. They got the same color stripe in the same spot. And I'm wondering if they're not made by the same company. That said, I still liked them. I need to pick a couple of those up. DR Falcon. Need more cowbell and wrenches. Great job. Oh my gosh.
I'm pretty sure our neighbors are going to really wonder what we do on Saturdays.
Brad, I'm going to get you for that. That thing is so loud. Thank you, Falcon. We really appreciate your help. Let me go back here, Missy. Here. We got 2 pair of glasses. Combination wrenches. Thanks for response. Nick says, thank you for response. I got the Ryzen 3 2200G running Linux on my machine.
I'm assuming that's computer speak.
Yes. Good luck with the Linux. I use Linux for servers. I tried running desktops. I tried all sorts of stuff. I ran just about every flavor they came out with, and I eventually just gave up on it. I really did.
Rand Van Ryzen, good evening. Running the Bauer cordless for over a year thanks to your videos. We love them. Woohoo!
Wrenches, what wrenches?
That's right.
If you've been here last week, I was showing one, sat it down, lost it. A 10 millimeter, lost it live on the air. Found it later, but still.
Honey, where are all of the wrenches you just had? Because I don't see them anywhere.
They're right here.
Okay.
They give them their own special
I
treatment.
thought he was
I just dropped one.
super unique and had lost like 16 live.
One's on the ground already. It's trying to get away. Chaka Gills saying, keep it G-rated for all the way. Thank you, Chaka.
Thank you.
You're good people, Bear family. Thank you, Brad. We appreciate it. Brad's not too bad himself.
Seagate?
Seagate external drive. It corrupted my stored files. Never again. Western Digital. It goes back and forth over the years. Western Digital had problems for years, and Seagate was the one. Now Western Digital is the good one. Seagate's kind of iffy. They go back and forth. The real thing you want to do is if you have long-term files that you want to store, you want to put it on a RAID. What we do is I actually pay for storage on Google Drive. And I mirror that to my PC that then also mirrors to my NAS. So if my PC goes down, I have it on my NAS and in the cloud. If the cloud were to blow up, I have it on my PC and my NAS. If my NAS goes down, I got it in the cloud and on my PC. Double redundancy, and then on my NAS, it's got internal redundancy. Because the only thing better than redundancy is redundancy with redundancy. If you're redundant, it's redundant.
At the end of this evening's show, there'll be an exam.
About redundancy.
Yes.
Nah, yeah, anyway. Mostly run RAID 5, sometimes RAID 7. Never RAID 23. That just 23 is bad. How about that white cart? It's pretty. I want a whole. I do. I don't know what it is. I have this thing about white, like white cars, white trucks.
Hey.
Yeah.
Grimmoot, we totally understand. He says he has to go. He's having a hard time watching our videos because it's something that he and his daughter did together. He appreciates us thinking about him and his problems, and that he's sorry. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry at all. You take care of yourself and know that you're in our prayers, and your daughter's in our prayers as well, and that you don't have to be sorry. It's totally okay.
Yeah. We will be, thinking good thoughts for you.
Yeah.
Oops, jumped on me again. William, that was fun last Saturday night with Shadow's Edge. It was fun. It was great. He's not here, probably on the road today or dealing with family stuff, but it was really awesome having him here and being able to sit with one of you guys and gals actually here personally. We had a blast. The kids had a blast. It was a lot of fun. Leo says, I live in the Chicago burbs and Hercules seems hard to get at Harbor Freight. Really? A lot of Bauer, though. Huh. Yes, dear.
Jim Grady says at Gunner, yes, she does wear 2 pairs of glasses. We can't figure out why. But if you see her wearing... Stop moving it while I'm reading.
You should already have read it.
2 pairs, it means that we'll have 6 more weeks of winter. That's right.
DR Falcon says, so I put up buying a new recip saw for a week. Thank you. That is really nice of you. I appreciate that.
TLC Landscape.
Linux is great for servers. I've run Linux servers for years. I think I had one going, I think it was close to 10 years without a reboot. Let's see here. Chucky Gillis back again. I've got a fever, and the only prescription is that Ryobi sucks.
More cowbell.
More cowbell. Cowbell. That cowbell has a good sound.
Yes, it does.
All right. Russell Sparks says back in Ohio from our cruise out of Port Charleston. Been listening to you since West Virginia.
Yay!
West Virginia. You're supposed to pick it there. There you go. Come on.
Oh, I know.
Take me home. I know. I'm not a fan of a lot of his stuff, but he's got some good tunes. You got to admit it. Michigan in the house. TLC Landscaping. Let's see here. William says, oh, he's talking to Leo. Sorry. Department of Redundancy Department.
That's right.
Hipsters and hippies, you need a good cowboy hat, maybe a white one. I
You?
almost bought a cowboy hat the other day. The problem is I like the hard shell kind, but they're hard.
We have a cowboy hat, but it's not white.
Yeah, no, not good enough for them.
Yeah, he has a thing about white. He likes white cars.
White guns, white. I have a black lab.
Okay. Yes, we have a black lab.
Well, she's more of a meth lab, but
She's a tactical lab.
she's tactical. Yeah, our boy when he was little, right after we first got him, he looked at her, was looking at a magazine, looked at her and goes, "Because she's black, does that make her tactical?" I love him so much. William Logan, cheers to Mr. and Mrs. Bear and the family. Thank you, William.
Yes.
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 Yeah. So, thank you for all the support. This is all going to our Lost Drone Foundation.
Yes.
For those of you who missed it, I'm an FAA licensed drone pilot, and I have had a Phantom P4 Advanced, under a year old, great shape, flew it all the time, flew it in all sorts of places, had a flyaway today in the middle of the mountains. We're pretty sure that it was either aliens or Sasquatch took it.
I'm going Sasquatch.
Yeah, I think it was the Squatch. Nick Hoffman to the older cub. The best way to knock people out of the Bearings game is to sing the Soviet national anthem in English, but be warned, this will only work for a time before they expect it.
That's right.
Daughter Ross says, what was that? Oh, if she ever has less than... Oh, that's the one you're in.
Yep, I'm blind.
She's blind.
That's pretty much true.
Saul asks, sorry,
Oh.
would you buy a $700 power washer, 3200 PSI, or the $80 300 Walmart power washer? My friend chose the $700 because of the brand. I choose what I need for the job. I'm guessing the $700 one is gas. Was that electric at $700? If I'm just like washing my car and maybe spraying off the driveway and stuff like that, I'm going to go with an inexpensive power washer. They don't need to do that much. If I'm doing like hardcore refinishing work or refinishing wood and that kind of stuff, then you're going to probably have to go with something higher end. Or if you're doing it professionally and using it like every single day. So what were you going to read?
The Brad's workbench is working nights, so that means that we're stuck with him the whole stream. Yes!
Probably.
No, we're not saying probably. We're just saying
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Yeah. It's happening.
Scorpion says, good news, I've made the deal on the Patriot Ordnance Factory P6. Oh, wow. Money's paid, waiting for delivery. Woo! That sounds like fun. I'm going to, in fact, you can't see it, but in the cabinet back there, we brought up our Smith & Wesson 22. It's the AA version of the 22. And we're going to go out to the ranch, the church ranch this week, and do some shooting with the Cubs. I'm going to have that. I'm thinking about doing a video about that and putting it on my politics channel. So I haven't posted there in a long time on anything else, but I figured that would be appropriate for putting over there.
Yep.
So we did that. Hello, Labradog. Hold on. You want to say hi? Come here.
No,
Come
she's
on.
got to go to the middle.
Come here.
They're not
Come
going
here. She's fighting.
Oh,
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Oh, did you get the wrenches? Did they get you?
Did you knock it?
What is rolling around? What did you knock over? I'm afraid to look. Who's a good hand? Can you pick up, Griff? Can you pick up the wrenches she knocked over?
And something rolled.
Something rolled. It might have been a barrel. I don't know.
It was a barrel.
It was a barrel. Kiefer Rose says, just bought a new toolbox, one of the 44 U.S. General, but my store's area were out of stock. Got the Master Force 41. What do you think of Master Force? I can't answer that. Master Force is, for those of you who don't know, Master Force is sold by Menards. If you don't know what Menards are, they're a competitor between Home Depot and Lowe's. It's almost like you took a Lowe's and you combined it with a Walmart. And they're a regional store mostly in the Midwest and parts of the East and Southeast. Great store, fabulous store, usually great people working there. honestly, I was never impressed with their tools, but I have not been there in about 20 years. So I know some people who like it. I know some people who don't like it. So I'm not really the person to talk on Menards.
There's a discussion about whether or not the white toolboxes are cool, even though they show a lot of dirt. And I would just like to say that Brett pointed out the only good thing about the white toolboxes is the ability to pull dirty fingerprints from people taking my tools. I agree. I think that's the only good thing. Because every time I look at the white ones, I'm like, my children would make that dirty in a hot second. I would make it dirty in a hot second.
No, the best thing about the white toolboxes is putting the Empire logo on it. Damning those rebel scum.
Nice.
You have your stormtrooper kind of tools and stuff, Anyway. Come to the dark side. We have cookies and daycare. Let's see here.
I wish my glasses did not show the reflection from the computer.
The new cowbell is freaking loud. William, you can thank Brad. This is... Show it to him. Brad sent us the cowbell with his sticker on it. Shameless self-plug. I love it.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. Remember, if any of you want to send something to us with a shameless self-plug on it or otherwise, send it to this address right here. Hey, by the way, I gotta say this right now. For all of you other creators out there, if you're using, I don't know why this made me think about it, but if you are using Amazon Associates, make sure you follow the letters not just to a T, but plus then, because I just had my Amazon Associates account terminated with prejudice. They just canceled it. They gave me a notice earlier in the month saying that I was basically you have to say that you're an Amazon associate, but you can't say much of anything else. You can't say anything about the agreement. And what I said was on all my videos, it said, these links are for Amazon associates. I get paid a small percentage that goes, by this, that goes to my, that I use to fund the channel. Or I said I used to support the channel. And they were saying that inferred that Amazon was supporting my channel. And I'm like, no, that's saying where my funds go to support my channel. It talks about the funds, not Amazon's intent. And they said, we don't care. And they deleted my account. So I can try and appeal, but I'll have to go through over 300 videos and change the wording in all of those just to appeal and hope that they are having a good day when they decide to look at it. So if you're going to be a creator and you're going to rely on Amazon, be sure you cross your T's, dot your I's. And even better, all my Amazon links still work. So if you click on the link, they still get the purchase. Now they just don't have to pay me. Oh, and they kept a whole month because they waited to the end of the month to terminate me rather than doing it right then. So they kept a whole month's worth of earnings and they keep all those links active, which if you ask me is...
shady.
Yeah, that's super shady. If you're going to terminate me, then terminate the links too.
Sorry. I didn't mean for that comment to be out loud.
Brett says the only good thing about Wild Toolboxes is...
Yep.
Oh, that's the one you're pulling dirty fingerprints.
Scorpion Cindy.
I'm now working overnights in downtown Phoenix at the U.S. Bank building on the 31st floor. Oh. Jim's a $700 power washer. My gas washer costs about $250. Yeah. I wish Menards would come to Texas. I'd love to see Menards out here. I'm always about more competition. Nothing better than more competition.
There's something wrong with this glass.
You took my drink. I don't know what you did with it. Don't even look at me like I got something to do with your drink. Except the fact that I was drinking it. Nick Hoffman, getting ready for 4th of July parades. Cap might not have enough cadets because M encampment overlaps with 4th of July. That's true. They were having a big problem. Well, our son, who's a cadet, he's not in encampment because he's up here.
Yeah. Well, he also is. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of 4th of July, we're hoping to do a live stream of the 4th of July. Well, it's going to be July 2nd. If you want to see a real small town Montana 4th of July parade, I'm trying to set up a situation with Dan over at Riverside Hardware. He's a great guy. And I'm hoping to set up a table in front of his shop. And we're going to have one camera facing us and a second camera set up facing the parade. And we're going to do it kind of like Macy's Day style. We're going to sit there. We got 2 headsets. And we're going to, basically comment on the parade. Just do it kind of a, just a fun tongue-in-cheek kind of, review of the parade. And just have fun. Watch the kids chase candy and that sort of stuff. See the high-stepping horses and everything else.
Oh my
and just
goodness,
see...
I love that.
Yeah, and just see a real hometown 4th of July parade. They make a big deal of it here because they also do the week of the 4th is the big Livingston Rodeo. For a small town, it's on the national circuit, the national rodeo circuit. It's a big deal. We get top level riders from all over the country to come for it. So it's no Calgary Stampede, but we like it.
And I think we had some Canadian riders, and actually we had some international riders last year.
Those darn Canucks.
I think there was also an Australian. But anyways.
We don't talk about them.
What
do they know about cows?
Yep, he gets some more eyeball looks from the wife.
DR Falcon says, I'd be tickled with a Rural King. Yep. Jim Grady Bear has a political channel. I've yet to see this. Post a link. I'll have to post a link later, but if you do a search for Da Bear for president, I think you'll find it. And if you go to the homepage, it's over off on the right-hand side, too. Carl says, I also own the SW AR-15. It's my least accurate 22, but it's fun to shoot. Really, because ours is super accurate. I've been a big fan of the Ruger 1022s. We have 2 of them currently, and I used to have a 3rd one. And actually, I'm thinking about selling them and getting more of these because, A, they match the manual arms with my regular ARs, and I find them to be just little tack drivers. Ready, new. Brad's Workbench, Menards rocks. Then the tools, Menards needs more riding carts, but I've always had great service from them.
Riding carts?
I like the ones like the we just bought.
Okay.
Speaking of purchases, riding carts. So our little town here has a Shopco. If you don't know what Shopco is, it's like a poor man's Target. It's kind of back in the one of my first like real job where I worked for a real business and got a regular paycheck kind of thing was I was in high school over summer and I got a job at the Shopco in Omaha, Nebraska. And hence my Millard North comment from earlier. So I went to high school in Omaha, and or at least the first half of high school. And it was, back then I would say it was on the level of like a Target. This was not on the level of Target. This was maybe Kmart kind of level. But for a small town of less than 10,000 people, it was a big deal having a discount store like that around where you could get stuff. Not the cheapest stuff, but you could get it. And they just recently closed. And they were closing, because Shopko closed all their stores. They went bankrupt. They filed bankruptcy back in January, tried to find a buyer, didn't happen. They just shut down completely. I guess they didn't have Fast Eddie working for them or owning them. Anyway, so we went through there. She was buying all sorts of stuff. I think she bought every single pair of socks they had for like 25 cents each. Like packs of socks for 25 cents. But they had one of those mobility carts, pretty much brand new. And it came down to, I think we got it for, was it under $100 or was it $100? It was $100. I had to buy it. The motor alone is worth more than that much, plus the batteries and electronics. I love fiddling with those things, so we're going to see if we can hack it into something fun. We've already done joy rides around the block with the kids and stuff on it.
They have. Really and truly.
The kids out front tooling around in it. It's like a really slow go-kart. Anyway, back to the show. Grant Van Riesing, no comment, just $10. Thank you, Grant.
Woo! Everyone's awake.
Is it done?
Yep.
Bunny, are you awake yet? Thank you so much. Brett says, any recommendation on high-quality 4-foot LED shop lights? I like the ones that Harbor Freight has. I have 3 of them, but I found out afterwards Costco has as good, if not better, for the same $20, and they're linkable. So you can have one power line going up and then link them across the shop, one daisy chaining them. Everyone who has tried both like those better. I looked at them. I wish I'd bought the Costco ones. If you don't have Costco near you,
Go online.
yeah, maybe try Amazon. Toolhead says Amazon canceled my account too. They just want famous YouTubers. And it's funny because my when I was making, because I've had the same setup for years, saying the same thing. When I was making $50 a month off of it, they didn't care. $100 a month, they didn't care. All of a sudden, I start making some significant money. Although somebody suggested that maybe it might have been one of my haters who actually filed a complaint with Amazon because the fact that they would actually chase me down is kind of funny. So maybe one of the Milwaukee fanboys got pissy and decided to turn me in.
Interesting. Scorpion Sunday also.
I got to notice that my account will be canceled, terminated because nobody has clicked on the links. Oh, that's interesting.
That seems odd.
Hipster, it's Saturday Night Live, so don't fear the Reaper because you just need more cowbell.
Yep.
I got a fever, and the only cure is more cowbell. That wasn't half bad. I got to work on my impressions there.
Don't encourage him.
Everybody is so serious these days. Why so serious? That whole Amazon thing is a low blow. Thank you for being honest about what happened. You really appreciate the honesty. Hey, I just don't want other people to run into the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Knowledge is definitely power.
We were just getting to the point where we're like, hey, maybe we can count on this as an additional income source. Yeah, guess not.
Or not.
And just for full disclosure, I've been a publisher on Amazon, self-published book, so long. I'm one of the first successful self-published books on Amazon. I actually sell enough books that I actually have rated my own account rep. And so I do a lot of business with Amazon, and I think they're shady as hell.
Griffin?
Yeah.
It looks like you're arming yourself for a war. What's going on?
He's arming himself for war. Careful with that pipe. Don't hurt anybody.
I think it's a Nerf war.
Yeah, that's a PVC pipe with a little tiny bit of Nerf on it.
Yes, I think he's likely to injure our car.
Menards doesn't like competition. The owner has told the city of Eau Claire that he'll pack up and go somewhere else if they allow Lowe's or Home Depot to open a store there. Well, I think he kind of views that as his home turf, doesn't he? Mm-hmm. I could see like
their headquarters are there.
Yeah, I could kind of see them being kind of, standing their ground on that one. Nick Hoffman, has Cap made the older Cub do 4-man push-ups yet? Here's a link. I don't think they've done that yet.
So now.
Yeah, he only got to the point where he could actually do PT just recently because he wasn't a full-timer. He just got in his 4. I think he's done 1 or 2 sessions as a full-timer. So the PT is, they're just getting into it. I can hit the mute button when Mrs. DeBear rings the cowbell and you can't. When your grimace goes away, I unmute. Good call.
Nice. Yes. See?
MC Texas, thanks for pointing me to Tecton. I don't need more sockets or tools, but I like their socket rails, which I need. I hate those cheap metal socket rails. I like they have a dual socket rail that I really want to get my paws on and give that one a shot. That looks pretty cool. Menards has good prices on linkable shop lights also. There you go. Thank you, Rodney. Hey, Bear, what are you doing?
Looking for Griffin's armor.
Wasn't he just in here?
I thought it was over there.
Oh, look,
I thought he was wearing it.
look at this.
What's that? What am I looking at? Oh, what happened, little bear?
Yes.
Do you want me to kiss it for you?
No, because then I'll elbow you in the face.
Oh.
And so it begins.
And so it begins.
Walt said he found
And Zachary. What's up?
a picture of the Matco truck parked at Harbor Freight. Where can he send it to you?
I've had a couple people send that to me. I've got pictures of Matco trucks there. I've got pictures of Mack trucks there. A couple other professional service trucks, but not tool trucks.
I got all excited about is it TVU?
Who are you talking about?
I'm missing
the 1987, hey, Den of Tools, what size tank would you recommend for air impact wrenches? I got excited because he said tank, and I'm like, ooh, tanks!
Oh.
I was thinking it like the driving kind.
You're for serious professional work. You're going to need to start at a 30-gallon with a CFM around 9. You can get by on part-time stuff around 20 gallons. Like I know that 21-gallon oilless from Harbor Freight. That's the one I have, and I've got the Earthquake XT, and I can do jobs with it. But I would not want to have that all day in my shop because it would be running all day. So you definitely need to get into a fairly large air compressor for serious professional use, or even serious prosumer use. Are you going to ring that at me?
Brett recommended that we weld a couple of the cheap combination wrenches into a triangle and make a quieter cowbell.
Might be quieter than a cowbell. Everyone, let's thank Brad. Take a moment and say thank you, Brad, for making the cowbell as loud as humanly possible. That's Brad's workbench.
Oh, Toolhead, awesome. He said he has to go because he has to take the missus out for dinner. I hope you take
You have fun. Say hi to the missus for us. Have a great time.
Enjoy.
Thanks for stopping by, as always. By the way, if any of you think about starting a YouTube channel, I'm a big proponent of it. Toolhead, I was around when Toolhead started, and I've been a fan of his channel since early on, and he's doing a great job over there. And and we cover a lot of the same stuff, but it's always nice to get different opinions. It's there's people are always like, well, aren't you worried because so and so covered something you're covering or something? Not really, because it's a totally different opinion. And let's be honest, I'm always right. Just ask my wife.
What I was going to say is the other thing is people are worried, like, if somebody has a different opinion of you. I mean, that's a different opinion than you do about something. And I mean, that's the way it is in life. You're not always going to agree with everyone, even your best friend, about a tool or whatever. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that you have to be, mortal enemies, or you can't be supportive of the other person. Yeah. They're totally entitled to their own take on it.
Isaac says, the sad part of Amazon is much like other businesses, they look out for themselves. I hate to hear what they've done for you. They should be liable for what it is they do no matter what. I understand them looking out, but for me, my take on this is they have a policy. I adhered to the policy, but somebody with a little bit too much power, one of these people who I've got power and now I'm going to use it to be a tiny little tyrant. It's not Amazon that's really the problem. It's middle tier management and the people working under them who are trying to, basically they have little lies and they use their own little fiefdom to try and make themselves feel important. I doubt Jeff Bezos is saying, hey, go around and anybody who comes even close to this policy, if you can look at it, sideways with one eye and make it work, then you should smack him down. Yeah. He doesn't. Everything I've seen about the way he runs the company doesn't say that. But when you have a company that big, you're gonna run into bureaucracy kind of stuff like this.
Kentucky 65. It's okay that you're late. We're just glad you're here.
Well, better late than never.
That's right.
Where was it? Hey, Red, I haven't seen your videos in a while. Are you in Montana now?
Yep.
Yes, we are. We've been here for about a month at this point, so you must have just missed us when we got here. Million Borgenjoy. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I think I saw a new Fortress 20-gallon, 20 PSI tank, 200 PSI tank in Harbor Freight. They have a 20-gallon oiled, a 21-gallon oilless, and where's the flyer? Did you eat my flyer again?
Well, I was hungry.
Where'd it go?
Isn't it over there?
People?
Yeah.
It was right here underneath the laptop. What did you do with my flyer?
He's losing his mind.
No, I'm married to people. Probably when you moved the Pepsi or soda or whatever, you moved it.
Oh my gosh.
What'd you do with it?
Always my fault.
I'm having separation anxiety from my flyer. It was right here, like 5 minutes ago. Well, an hour ago. Scripted or unscripted for a YouTube channel? That's a good question. Scripted makes you seem more coherent, but it takes more time. But then you also spend less time editing. I usually do unscripted with bulletin points. And that's only sometimes. I need to do more bulletin points. What do you think about the flue on the fire? I don't know what that's in reference to. A tank you need a Hellcat 60 mph plenty fast. The news store in Marysville, Kentucky. Woohoo! Are you serious? I pulled teeth to get that flyer, and you just walked past it and lost it. There it is. Come on.
They don't show the back.
Precious!
That's the address. That's not ours.
Precious! New flyer, and it has, if you guys haven't seen it, bear with me, please. I don't think the white one is in this one. No. But they have that lovely picture of all the new cabinet setups and stuff they're talking about. Where are we? Hercules, Bauer, Lynx. Come on, where'd you guys go? I just saw them. There we go. We finally got a price on the new 27-gallon Fortress. $459. Way more than I was expecting. That's a huge jump because they've got the good as the central pneumatic at $179, but we know the real price on it's $150. The McGraw $199, but we know the real price is $170. And the Fortress is more than double over the 20-gallon oilless. It's even more than double than the 20. Well, it's about double the oil. The 21-gallon oilless. The 20-gallon oiled is $170. So I want to see it. I have high hopes for it, but wow, at that price, I mean, Cobalt and Husky both have ones at that size, and they're way cheaper than that.
I'm back.
She's back. We missed you so much. Amazon is horrible on the small business. You can't make money selling it. We did try reselling on Amazon. It was a nightmare. I sell books because if you sell books, you have to go through Amazon. You're just kind of stuck if you don't. Leo says, I would like to replace air tools with cordless. Eventually, they will, I think. The Dentals, what are your thoughts on Milwaukee cordless angle die grinder? It's okay. This is one of the few cases where I think for the angle die grinder, I'd still probably lean towards the DeWalt on that. They've got some patents that nobody else can copyright, and they're not sharing, that make their grinders a little bit better than most other people's. But the Milwaukee stuff is still pretty good. Let's here. And I think you should. I think unless you're in a huge shop that either you own the air supply or they supply an air to you, that going cordless DC powered is the way to go with those tools. Antonio's in the house. Hey, Bear family. Hey, Antonio.
William
Drink
said drink
koozies.
koozies, which I'm having Eleanor grab my favorite drink koozie. I have had this for ages, and I probably got it for $1 at a thrift store. Can you come here?
Would you be interested in hearing the stories behind...
No, they would be interested.
Oh, they would be interested in hearing the stories behind your tats sometime.
I don't have any tats.
Well, I don't know if you can see the one on my leg. Hold on.
This is where he does gymnastics.
There's that. I used to know some Samoan guys.
Pink one. The pink drink koozie.
And I sailed a bunch. And the Samoan, there's a whole... I should probably do a whole video on that.
Yep. With pictures where people can actually
See them? Can we do yours in there too?
No.
Oh.
L.
But I got the ones... I got 2 on my leg. I got bare arms. And I've got the... I get 2 on my arm. Faith, Hope, and Charity there. And then I got my navigation stars over here. Again, I'm big on sailing. So, go on with your koozies.
So, my favorite koozie looks like this. I don't know if you can read it. But what it says is, "Don't flatter yourself, cowboy. I was looking at your truck."
That's
And
her
it's my
all
favorite.
day.
It is. Like, I'll be like looking at a truck and I'm like, "Oh, no, I'm not looking at you, bud. Just looking at your truck."
She would drive a monster truck every day if you let her.
Yep. Oh, I took a picture of a really cool truck.
I think you're thinking of the McGraw compressor. Did I say Fortress on the other ones? I may have. I was caught up in the moment. And I can't read the item number. The item number is...
Number 1. Oh, point it to me and I'll read it.
No, I'm putting on my goggles.
Oh,
Look at that.
wow.
You got the old man specs
He's
on.
getting old.
Oh, you kids, get off my lawn!
Yep.
Item number is... I still can't read it. It's 56403. It's this cheap paper they printed on. They
Not
also
his
have...
eyes.
They also have the new 5-gallon one that can run 2 flooring nailers at once. That's a nice little setup too. Let's see else. Anything else new on here? New and improved and exciting. Ooh, exciting and new. Come aboard.
He's
We're
going way back.
expecting you. The Den of Tools. Soon. All right, enough of that. Sorry, I know everyone will want a refund after that. Client Graphics in the house. Hey, how's it going, man? Brian says he picked up the 26-inch toolbox today, 50% off. Now I think I need the top chest too. Unless you're going to use it as a cart, you do. And the top chest is a nice addition. It really is.
Which one are we talking about?
The blue tool chest we have out there. Mm-hmm. She goes by colors. She doesn't know sizes.
Yep, I'm super, super visual. I'm like, what does it look like? Show me a picture.
Geo says, hey, are all the US General Series 2 boxes compatible with each other? I have the 26 Sigma. Yes, all the Series 2 are compatible. If you see, they have when they mix and they match and they make all sorts of stuff. What?
I'm just looking at you.
Oh, okay.
I love you.
Jim says, I'm sorry, but a white tool chest in a garage is like putting a white tuxedo on a chimney sweep. Why? I didn't say it was rational. Never claimed that. I just said I like them. It's, I've made lots of bad choices in my life.
Really?
Yes. White toolboxes is easy to view drawers.
Not sure.
I don't like spiders and snakes. Let's see here. I Harbor Fight Fire coupon got lost as fast as my Timber. I didn't even get one, but I was able to sweet talk our mail postal carrier, and there was another vacant house that had gotten a mail stoppage on it, and we got theirs.
So we were happy.
Nick Hoffman, what masonry grinding cutting wheels do you recommend? I've been burning through them. I don't do a lot of masonry grinding or cutting. It's been years since I've done that sort of stuff. So if there's somebody here who's been doing it recently, could chime in on some consumables there, please do. But I don't feel like... I try not to speak on stuff that I don't actually have experience with. Go figure. So I'm going to defer to others' judgments. Hopefully some people here can chime in and help him out.
Brad, you had to battle a massive tarantula in your chemistry trailer.
Breaking Bad, are we?
And they barely survived. What?
Wolverine, how are you? I thought I was going to see you at Tokyo. I guess not. I don't think he's talking to me. Speaking of which, somebody posted in the local Facebook page that they ran across a Wolverine on the trail. I was like, I probably would rather run into a bear.
Mama bear, Papa bear, where's baby bear? The baby bears are outside playing.
Here's one. Come here, baby bear.
Hey, cutie patootie.
There she is.
Bear,
This is a princess bear.
Yep.
Hi.
She's our middle bear.
Middle Whittle bear.
I love you. Bella, stop licking me, goofball.
I hate fuzzy spiders. Yeah, fuzzy. Yeah.
I like tarantulas.
She
Yes,
loves those kind of things.
She does. She would totally help you out. She'd pick it up. She'd love it. She'd probably name it and try to take it home.
I also like snakes.
Yes, she also likes snakes.
Leo says it's a right angle die grinder. Were you referring to the angle grinder? You talking about, was that the DeWalt versus Milwaukee? My first thought was I was thinking angle grinder, and then I realized you were talking die grinder. But even still, they use a lot of the similar mechanisms, and they have a lot of similar patents on them. Mrs. Bear, that looks like tattoos on your chest. Don't have tats, huh?
That's right. I actually just put them on. They're like fake, and so I use like water. And so every Saturday, it's kind of hard to like line them up right, get them in the right places.
Here's the funny part. I don't like tattoos on women.
Nope, not at all.
I hate them. Mm-hmm. Hate them with passion.
Yep.
She has more tattoos than I do.
Yep.
I don't mind them on men because, let's face it, we're already gross, ugly creatures anyway. You can't disfigure it anymore. Women are innately beautiful creatures created by God, and you do that. Although at this point...
And you can decorate them any way you like.
At this point, I don't even see them anymore.
Yep.
So
I don't either.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are they looking... Oh, right, okay. I don't think I've gotten any since we've been together.
Nope. Because I won't let you.
Yeah, about that.
No, it's because she can't figure out what she wants to get.
I know what
She'll go to this thing. I want to get a tattoo. I want to get a... I'm like, okay, fine. Go on. Go get one. And then she gets into that stage of, oh, I can? And her mind just goes blank. And then she never does it.
Well, I have this thing with tattoos. So the advice that I got when I was young was to really think about it. And the advice that I got was to take the design and I put it in my wallet, like whatever design I decide I want to do, and put it in my wallet.
There's nothing in here.
There isn't anything in there.
This glass always looks like there's like 2 inches
after
of liquid
a year
in it.
I still like the design, because if you don't give me the glass,
I was going to pour it while you're talking.
That if you aren't totally sick of the design after a year of looking at it every time you use your wallet, then that's a good idea to get that for a tattoo. So I don't know if I would necessarily do that anymore, but that is what I did for a really long time. What?
And look what you ended up with.
Mm-hmm. I know. I'm looking at
Did you put a picture of me in your wallet too?
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, of course.
Probably did.
Bella, what are you eating?
I get a little piece.
Antonio says, LMFAO at Dentals at my get off the lawn, my old man voice.
Yes.
Like that's a voice. That was me. That's the real me. Mm-hmm. Bye, Craig. Leave my Harbor Freight book alone. My husband does care for me a bit. He came by to check on me as he had to use the bathroom. Aww.
Nice. He's making sure you're alive and using the facility.
Steve is such a caring man.
Yes.
You know you can recycle that as toilet paper. There you go. Oh, shoot. Popped up there. Carson's Exploring Channel in the house. How's it going? Ryan said, requesting your opinion on framing nailers. Name brand ones at $350. On average, you can get a McGraw compressor and Banks nailer framer for around $300. So money left over. Depends on how much you're going to use it. I have one. I don't have any framing nailers right now, honestly, and I haven't used framing nailers in a long time. Mostly Brad nailers. Oh, Brad. So if somebody else has been using framing nailers, I gotta tell you the build quality on the Pierce stuff, is awesome. But they're all good. I mean, I've not heard bad things about them. So, have you had any problems with the Bauer large batteries not charging? Would Harbor Freight exchange it? I have one that just will not charge. If it's still under warranty, if you got the extended warranty, they will. If it's still within the 90 days, I think it is on that, they will. I've not had a problem with it not charging. No. David says, just say no to white toolboxes. Racist. Boxist, even. The Carson's Exploring Channel, in the new magazine at HF, it shows the Bauer recip saw finally. Yes. Yes, it does.
Why do I hear our children?
And I should be getting one shortly. Just got back from Harvard to Freight. Bought me a Bauer blower. Got it with the 15% off coupon. Hey, Juan,
Yay.
goodbye. Good purchase on that one. Client graphics in the house.
Yay!
Jack says, I like white toolboxes. I might get one for the living room. I need a bar cart. I gotta say, one of the best things I ever saw was a snap-on with a wood top in a kitchen. And as a center island, I showed you a picture of that.
Yep.
It looked pretty good. But to be honest, we don't like white kitchens either.
No.
I like dark wood in the kitchen.
I need to go check on little people.
Okay. Brad's Breaking Brad in New Mexico right now. Oh, you should do a series, Breaking Brad. You're welcome. You can have that one. Cheers. Carson says, also just went to Harbor Freight, bought the LED shop lights. I love them. They're great lights. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just the ability to daisy chain the other ones is just such a great little feature. Jack, what do you think of the Hercules hammer drill? I just got it, just in the past few weeks, and I've played around with it a bit. I can't really say like, hey, it's really stood up for me or anything like that. Look and feel, it's just like everything else from the Hercules line. I have not picked up anything from the Hercules line that I thought was bad. Not one item. There have been issues where like the 12 volt stuff I thought was overpriced compared to what you can get from like Milwaukee, but I still thought it was better than Milwaukee. The Harbor Freight table saw, I love that table saw, but I don't think it's, I don't think it's leaps and bounds above anybody else. That whole compact job site table saw market is so super competitive. You got Bosch in there, you got Hitachi in there, you got Rigid in there, you got DeWalt in there, you got everybody under the sun, and they're all at some level, they're all up to that same level of tech. There's only so much you can do with a table saw. And I'll be honest, the more I thought, especially since I got the circ saw, a circ saw and a straight edge, I guess because I started as a carpenter, I'm more likely to pick up a straight edge and a circ saw than I am to go to my table saw. David also says, I want to congratulate you on seeing that Harbor Freight used your video there in their ad. Since you have some pull, maybe you can suggest that they come out with socket rack holders, something like Triton and all. I'll pass it along. I do have contacts over there at corporate, and they do read these comments and they watch these videos, so you actually just suggested it to them. Nick Hoffman says, unrelated, but you will all read this in the man's... Unrelated, but you will all read this in this man's name. Curse you, Perry the Platypus. Sorry. Perry the Platypus. Wait, is that, wait, that's not, oh, what is it? My kids would know. I've watched that one. Only get a tat if it's something meaningful to you. Yeah, very much so. So like, this is you've seen the people with the tattoos on their knuckles that say love and hate. This is my version of love and hate. This is my Second Amendment. It's a 357. It's got a banner across it that says, keep and bear. As in keep and bear arms. And this one on my left side is an homage. It's a Christian base. I don't know why you can't see it. There we go. It's an anchor that's a cross, and there's a rope going around it that's a heart. And that's a Christian symbol for faith, hope, and charity. And so this is my version of love and hate, if you would. And then I've got my Samoan saline tattoo on my calf down there, and my nautical compass roses on my chest. And I've been thinking about, I did a rendition of a bear, a silhouette of a bear with the mountain ridges from Livingston. There's a great, just beautiful mountain range right behind us. And it's like the stereotypical perfect peak kind of mountain with the slightly smaller mountains tapering off to either side. So I have this this logo I came up with of a silhouette of a bear with that going through. And I was thinking about getting that, but I can't think where it would fit. So... We both, the wife and I were both talking about we wanted to get a tattoo in Montana because Montana means so much to us and has been so much of a part of our lives. Oh my God, you're talking about the S word. Oh heck, no. No S word. Not one in our house is allowed to say the word. Which S word did I say? Was it Snap-on? I don't know. I've got the memory of a goldfish. Sorry, bunny. Was it sockets? Did you get the bug spray out for him?
I did.
Okay, we got
It's the chagrin of our oldest.
It's just now getting warm. It was actually feeling like summer this past 2 days. And of course, the mosquitoes were like, woohoo, summertime. Summertime. Anyway.
Zaphiel, I put my wallet in my purse.
I was gonna come outside and clean with us, but she's still stuck out there. Tell me that. You just need to clean up.
Look, William's taking off. I have to run. Hope everyone has a great night. Good night, William. You have a good one. Thanks for swinging by. We always enjoy your company here.
I'm pretty sure I'm covered in mosquitoes right now.
You smell like bug spray.
I love you too.
It's very attractive.
Yes, I put it on just for you.
It's funny. So I didn't like perfume for the longest time, but then she was wearing this one kind of perfume when we met, and I fell in love with it. Then she stopped wearing it.
It's because they discontinued it.
Yeah, whatever. But the one thing I hate is she wears chapstick.
Oh, yes.
And it's like kissing a weirdly flavored candle.
That's right. I'm your
Old Lars,
favorite.
Mrs. W.I. called me out of the room to show me an ad for the Dremel pot scrubber. I told her that I have an extra rabbit cordless drill, and I gave her some screw. That's a great idea. You should do that. Leo says, I have a tattoo down the middle of my chest. I got it right after heart surgery. Oh, yeah. That's one of the ones that stick with you.
Yeah.
Pilot George, have you ever used the DeWalt or any of the cordless tire inflators? I have not used the tire inflators. I've used the ones that have come with cars. I had just generic, like an emergency roadside kit. I had one, and I had one that came with my Hyundai Sonata hybrid, because a lot of hybrids don't give you a spare tire. They just give you an inflator. And those were junk. They were just utter junk. So no, I don't know anything about any of the cordless tire inflators. Yeah, I got the small Fortress air compressor. That's kind of the same thing, but not cordless. Let's see here. Oh, that's one we just asked here. Walt Lars, $10. I can get a Ryobi DA sander for $39. She said yes. Actually, talking about power tools. So I had a problem with an ingrown toenail. I know this is going to be TMI for some of you guys, but one of my toenails liked to, at the edge on my left big toe, would do a right hand turn and try to go straight down into my toe, and it was killing me. And we tried a bunch of different things, a bunch of different techniques, like notching the toenail and all this other stuff. And she found at like the dollar store or someplace, this little. It works off the same concept of an electric toothbrush, except it's got a sanding pad. And we used it to sand off the corner to put a relief bevel on it, so the pressure of the toenail on the toe could push it back out. It did a great job, and don't have any problems now. But I've been thinking about other little detail sanding jobs you could do with that thing. It was pretty cool.
It was very cool.
I may have to do a review on that. This here, I have to agree with the dark wood in the kitchen. I hate white kitchens. Antonio, thank you. A nice dark. I don't like black. I like a dark cherry wood. Let's see here. Cutman Studios, good night. You have a good one. Take care.
Good night.
Walt says Bostitch was nice enough to give me a 20-volt cordless framing nailer and brad nailer. Both are awesome. Well, that sounds cool. You know, Bostitch was so common that it actually became a verb in Germany. Like people say, I'm going to Xerox something here. They say I'm going to Bostitch something there. Nick Hoffman, Linux is the path to many powers and some concerned unnatural. Hey, but Anthony's music video said, I got the 11 amp angle grinder. Oh, that's cool. How do you like it? Everyone keeps abandoning you tonight. It's summertime. I think people had a long day out in the sun,
Yeah,
probably.
we got
I'm getting
family
pretty
time.
tired myself, and we're not even halfway through this evening.
And I'm itchy from mosquitoes.
Oh, jeez. Grinders from Hercules brands, what are your thoughts? I have not used them, but I've talked to several people. Everyone who's used one has thought it was wonderful. That's all I can say. Unlimited power. Itty bitty living space. Is it true the cheapest total after the kids' pressure washes is it now? So you got to buy a white Gladiator to replace it? Yes. They don't. There's a local Jeep dealer in town, and he does not have any Gladiators. I was so bummed. I want a Gladiator in the worst way because I am a Jeep guy from back in the day, but I like pickup trucks, and that's a 4-door Jeep pickup truck. And I realize you can complain about it, you can call it a Fiat or whatever you want to do. I like them, and I saw a white one, and I honestly before that I'd seen several of them. I was kind of I saw a white one, and I was like, that is it. That's the truck right there. And but I'm not gonna get one. I'm not gonna buy a new car. I don't know if I will ever buy a new car again. We bought new cars for a few years because we were driving a ton of miles, and we just had to have something super reliable. We're not in that situation anymore. In fact, we're thinking about selling the Jeep and buying her like a Suburban or something. We're going to an auction next week, and we're hoping to pick one up. Even if we don't replace her Jeep, we'd probably leave it here. So, like, if we wanted to fly up during the winter, we'd have a vehicle here to use. Add a rollaway test and add wood veneer that matches the Catus. That sounds like a cool project. How long do you think it will be before Harbor Freight starts selling grills? That would be pretty cool. I'd like to see that. Especially if they came in the same colors as the U.S. General. That would be funny. Kyle says, new fan subscriber, love the content. Just picked up an older... What is that?
Eleanor made me a mosquito bite scratcher, which is excellent because I'm over here scratching like a crazy person.
Anyway, he says, just picked up an older Delta mixer or miter saw. And Gray, oh my gosh, you have the coldest snout in the world.
He doesn't
Come
hear
here.
me.
Come here. Hup.
I'm rubbing her ears. Come on.
Come on. Come on. Come on. They gotta see that you're real.
Oh, look.
See, I'm not just making it up. There really is a Labrador.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh, she says you taste delicious.
Yes.
You know you've got bug spray on you. She's licking
Oh,
off.
no, I didn't spray myself.
Oh,
I
you
sprayed
did?
the children.
Arrgh.
But thank you for making me freak out and
Oh.
think I'm poisoning our dog.
The older Delta miter saws were fabulous. The older ones. They've gotten kind of cheap on the newer ones. And I used to be a huge fan of Delta. I used to be a huge fan of Jet. Massive fan of Jet tools. And both companies have really cheaped out.
Oh my gosh, wood ticks. They sound awful. I
Wood
don't want
ticks?
any of those.
No, bad. Looking to get me a Cummins Ram 2500, 3500. If you're familiar with this, which 5.9 liter should I go for? 12 valve or 24 valve? I'm not intimately familiar, but from what I heard, you want the 12 valve. That's more reliable in the long run. Good solid torque, and a lot of mods for it as well, as I understand. I would love to get a Cummins Ram 2500. I really would. If I can't get my Jeep, which I'm not going to get the Jeep because they're brand new, and I'm not going to. Unless Jeep, if you would like to be featured on the Den of Tools, please feel free to email me at red@denoftools.com, and I'm sure we can work out some sort of arrangement where I give you one of my children.
Not the one that's currently doing the most work. One of the,
not him.
One of the other ones that'll just like sit there and look pretty.
Or a Labrador. We can make a good deal.
Not the Labrador.
She'll come back. You know she will. Brett Zambati says, I want to get the bear mug. Is it dishwasher microwave safe? It's dishwasher. I don't know if it's microwave safe. I never even thought about that.
I think it is. I think most things that are dishwasher safe are microwave
Usually.
safe.
Scott says, I just can't pull the trigger up for the Hercules table saw at $379. Even no. Do not buy it at $370. At $379, that is not a deal. I'm a huge Harbor Freight fan. I get accused of being a shill for Harbor Freight. I'm telling you not to buy it at $379. I think it's a ridiculous price. Wait for it to drop down to $300. It might hit that $250 price once, maybe twice a year. At $250. That's a screaming deal. Right now, if you're desperate for a job site saw, look at the Ryobi. The Ryobi's been on sale. Don't know if it's still on sale, but it was pretty cheap also. Have you ever been to Vermont? A lot of people say it's great. Nice and cool this year. I'm a Harbor Freight fan myself. I have been to Vermont. Not much. I was actually in New Hampshire. I was in New Hampshire and made a special trip. I'm one of these people who collects states. I'm at like 45. And I don't have Hawaii, Alaska, Mississippi, Alabama, or Louisiana. Those are the 5 I don't have. Everywhere else in the U.S., continental U.S., I've been to. I've been to Canada, I've been to Mexico, a bunch of the islands. I've been all over Europe. She's been to Australia.
And Bali.
Yeah, I've been to Des Moines. Have you ever been to Des Moines? No.
I have not been to Des Moines. I have not seen the giant cow
Butter cow?
sculpture.
There's nothing like the Iowa State Fair.
That's what I keep hearing, but someone won't take
Just
me.
ask Joe Smith. He'll tell you. But anyway, I did love Vermont. I think Vermont is beautiful. I was there in the summer. I did New Hampshire, Vermont, went up to Maine. Maine is glorious in the summer. So much lobster.
These mosquitoes.
I love lobster rolls. I'm a member of the Chest Zipper Club. Oh, well, yeah.
I'm trying to avoid that.
Yeah, I'd like to avoid it.
But I'm glad you're in the club.
Jason Blair says, come visit us in Minnesota. We have ticks and mosquitoes. Yeah.
I don't think that's on the brochure.
I love Minnesota, but hard pass on the ticks. I can spray for mosquitoes. Oh, Bunny McIntyre says, the S word, no sockets, not snap-on. It's the, something so nasty you need a gun to kill them. I think she means, unless you're talking about squatches, but probably talking about spiders. And that's a burn the entire house down just to be safe kind of thing as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
I can handle snakes. I used to have a pet snake. I had 2 of them, actually. I can deal with all sorts of other things. I freaking hate spiders. Hate them.
Who doesn't mind them?
Eleanor.
Yep.
I have a picture of her with a tarantula crawling up her arm. This is so cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Did you ever use the 11 amp angle grinder from Hercules? No, I have not, but several people on the channel have, and everyone says they're great.
Hey, don't take my scratcher.
Oh, look, I'm a velociraptor. Ah.
Give it.
Donna Ross says, I have 4 tattoos. See, all you interesting ladies of...
I have 5.
Dream in green on my right wrist, butterfly on my right leg, lion, lioness, line art on one shoulder, and a tribal flower on the other. All have meaning.
That's right.
I used to know the wife of a friend of mine. I mean, I guess I still know her. She's still around and stuff. She was literally covered in tattoos, and not one of them had any meaning to her. She just liked them. They look pretty, so I got it.
Yeah, I've known a number of those people, and that's fine. That's their body.
You feel them crawling all over you simply by their mention. I had one crawling up and down this. There's a bookcase right over here, and then it disappeared. And then for the rest of the day, I was feeling it on my leg. Like I'm sure it got under the table and was crawling up and down my leg.
That's because it was. I paid it extra.
Can you go get me the dead blow hammer for a second?
Nope.
I have a project I need to use it on.
Mm-mm.
Ryobi has a cordless tire inflator that has a pressure setting that works great. I've heard actually that the Ryobi one is decent. I've never used it though.
Welcome to the
Den of Toes. Tire inflator, carry a can of starter fluid and a book of just works like a charm. I think if you're off the rim, you can set the bead like that. I don't think you want to inflate a tire quite like that. Justice Scott says, I'm late to the party, but what are the best items to get with the new Harbor Freight 50% off, no exclusive coupon?
Okay, here.
I just did a video on that today, this morning.
Check out the video.
Check out the video.
Also, what did you bring to the party? Snacks?
Yeah.
cheese plate, maybe.
Oh, Party today. She made a cake today, a 7-Up cake. Oh, it was so good. It was
a gluten-free 7-Up cake.
You should go get me some more of that.
Yeah. Remember the
Don't tell me you left it there.
No, the children ate it.
All of it?
Yep. Eleanor asked, and I said, yes, you can have some. And then the boys ate the rest. He's going to light the children on fire later. Yep. The good news is I can still bake.
Now on sale in the merch store, children.
Don't leave your cake around them.
I'm so pissed. You have no idea.
I can make another one.
Let's see here. Bear, that 11 amp is the best. I got some old clotheslines down, and that's in seconds. Worth it. Everyone I know who's used it has said that it's been great for them.
You forgot to mention the best part of the cake.
What was that?
It was an America cake.
Oh, she did an American. It was white frosting, and the red stripes with strawberries, and the blue field with blueberries. Or
Yep.
The Jeep now obeys Italian overlords. Yeah, apparently. And then they were trying to sell them to the French. Like, it's not bad enough. Let's sell them to the French, the surrender monkeys. I kid. I like France, actually. Everyone I met in France was really nice. Durango. They're coming out with a new full-size Durango based off the Ram 1500. I can't wait to see that. Brad says, I'm going to get the 7-inch angle grinder from Harbor Freight on the 4th. Any plans for your 25% off coupon? No, I'm literally, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm drowning in Harbor Freight tools right now. I've got stuff that I can't talk about. There was a picture of a box in my latest video if you want to guess about what it was. Not that I'm going to answer you, but I've got so much stuff right now from Harbor Freight. I would love to get my hands on one of the welders, but as far as money-wise, we got stuff. We're putting money into the house here, fixing stuff. We just had to do a bunch of legal stuff with the deed, and so financially speaking, I don't think there's going to be any big tool purchases right now, unless for testing cases. Mm-hmm. I did just buy the Harbor Freight, the cheap Harbor Freight pressure washer. Actually, not the Predator one.
It's so hot in here.
It's stuffy. You should turn on the air conditioning. Oh, we don't have any.
It's called ice.
Excuse me, it's called Montana. Just open the windows.
No, that lets the mosquitoes in.
Oh, don't we have screens?
No.
There's a screen on it.
Okay, that window doesn't open.
I can see
that's
the screen.
Only window that's a screen.
It's painted closed.
Yeah.
There's like 27 layers of paint on everything in this house. Jim Grady lost the feed. I hope you found it. Try to find a Suburban with barn doors. We had one. I love. We did. We talked about barn. I'm a big fan of the barn doors. The only one I like better than the barn doors is, I think it was, the Excursion had barn doors with a lift window, which that's even better because then you can open the window for.
The children made this from Harbor Freight stuff.
And then if you take this out, you can wear it as a helmet with a chin guard.
Yes.
That's very crafty.
So it could be a basket for carrying your tools or a helmet. And they made it from that foam stuff.
Foam and tape over.
Yeah.
Eric's in the house. Hey, Eric, how's it going?
Hey. And then I just used the leftovers to scratch my mosquito bites.
Yes, I know. Tell your brothers to hurry up and come inside.
Yeah,
Is it red? Call it Red October after the movie. Puppy!
We're really behind.
We saw a cute puppy today at the ranch. He was
goodness.
adorable. Little chocolate lab.
If the dog goes missing later, don't check our house. I wanted.
Case wants to know if I could say hi to his girlfriend Alexandria. Hey Alexandria, how's it going? Hi from the Den of Tools.
The real question is, do we approve? I don't know.
You're gonna want the 12 valve. Yeah. The Den of Tools from Florida. We use Skin So Soft for mosquitoes and mosquito bites. What? Just read it.
She's talking about lizards without legs. Snakes.
Oh, those. I can handle snakes. Snakes all day long.
That's great. You're going to handle snakes. Because let me tell you right now, if a snake comes in here, that's all you.
You know,
I'll deal with spiders.
Grandma handles snakes.
Grandma Peggy?
No, it's a line from a song. Grandpa drank strychnine and Grandma handled snakes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's that way or it's the other way around. Probably a bad topic, however. Do you think Ryobi will come out with a cordless framing nailer? I wouldn't be surprised. They're the ones that first really pushed the electric nailers. And they've got a leg up on everybody. I could see them doing that. Ever been to Pittsburgh? I've been to Pittsburgh a bunch. I used to live in Cincinnati, Ohio. We'd go up to Pittsburgh, had friends up there and stuff.
Stop.
Have you ever tried the Irwin Vice Grip multi-tool? No, I have not. And I like Irwin stuff, so I'll have to take a look at that. A Vice Grip multi-tool.
Yes, your sister just explained that to everyone.
Brad says, my wife and I dream is to vacation in Australia. The land where everything's trying to kill you.
Go.
Meet laser beam.
He's featuring his new helmet.
Yeah.
What is on your head?
My helmet.
Is it a safety helmet in case you hurt yourself? Around the house?
So here's my question, Brad. Where in Australia would you guys like to go?
So
Stop
you
hitting yourself.
lived where?
I lived in Perth.
Perth. Ow! Goodbye. I'm taking your stick.
You don't know which
You can have it back later. Go on.
Driven to 43 states, including Alaska and Hawaii. Figure that out.
Where do you see this? Driven to 43 states, including Alaska and Hawaii. Figure that out. Driven to Hawaii. The Alaska I can figure out because there's a bunch of, what do you call those? Not shuttles, but ferries, the Alaskan Coastal Highway. Mm-hmm. How you would drive to Hawaii? You drive a boat?
I don't know.
You just
Griffin is saluting with a crown on. This is what he made. Our children are very creative.
My children
Especially when they eat illicit cake.
Yeah, I heard you ate my cake.
That was Eleanor Griffin.
That was also you.
No. Nice job trying to throw.
Jim says you need to hit Louisiana. Go to Baton Rouge, best seafood in the world.
Yep, I'm ready
and
to
I
go
hate
tomorrow.
seafood. I've got actually a couple friends who are from Louisiana. As I say, they're from LA. And they've been trying to get me down there for the longest time. I do want to get down there. Minnesota State Fair is better. Nick's getting banned. How do I ban Nick?
No.
Everyone
Nick,
knows the
don't
Iowa
worry.
State Fair. It's common knowledge. I'm sorry, but
I'm
deal
just
with
saying Nick should send us some food or pictures of the food that's there. And we'll have to decide then.
I want some etouffee. Mosquitoes are the Minnesota State bird. I've heard that one so often. You insult the loon. P.S. The bird's not a political tumor governing our state.
When we were RVing, did you ever use an air compressor to blow out the water lines? Was looking at the $39.99 Harbor Freight 3-gallon hot dog or pancake to store in the truck while RVing in colder weather.
No, we never really got to a point where we had to do that. Walt Lars, no tattoos here, but scars on every limb. Oh my gosh, what is that?
It's my blanket.
It's a blanket.
Get it away from me. I'm going to have nightmares.
That's what I said.
Oh my gosh.
That's horrible.
I'm like Braille right now.
Yeah. The scar. I counted up one time. I think I've had close to 120 stitches.
Eleanor, you need to stop.
And staples. Stitches and staples. Antonio says, I used to have snakes also, and I agree, I hate spiders. Big spiders hanging from my truck roof didn't got in droves. Oh my gosh!
What?
That would kill me! Oh, I hate that. And I'm not spider phobic. I just really hate them.
What happened?
He got into a truck and a big spider was hanging from his truck roof. Didn't know. He drove to the store and it came down in front of me. He jumped Seen so fast. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Mosquitoes are heavy here in Phoenix this year.
It's awful.
How do you have mosquitoes in Phoenix?
I'm good with spiders until they touch me.
No. Well, we had a big issue because here's the difference. We were in Central Valley, California. Our spiders were black widows, and they were big, about that big around, and they're very aggressive.
Yeah, and when I was in Australia, there's like tons of spiders. Everything will kill you.
Yeah, the spiders there are about this big.
Well, yeah. Some of them are smaller.
The spiders are my allies. Yeah.
Bunny says, don't make me unsubscribe from this channel.
All right, no more S words for Bunny.
That's not family friendly.
Later on, I need to get up early tomorrow. Mr. Handlebar, you take care. Thanks for stopping by tonight.
Have a good night.
Scorpion Sundays. I've been bitten by a black widow twice. Ow.
The same one?
Walt says WD-40 and a Bic lighter. No more spiders.
Yep.
I actually used, if you've seen it, the propane burner from Harbor Freight for getting weeds.
Yep.
I use that because we would get spiders all along the base of our house because they do this weird recessed base thing in California along the foundation. The foundation would come up, the cement slab, and then the house would come out, and they would live up there. I just went around and torched them all. I'll give you $250 for the small one, but you have to break a 5.
Nice.
Sorry, I meant to say, what's your favorite Costco items? Oh, that's you. Oh, you.
Well, most of mine are food items.
They change all the time for everything else, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, like the frozen yogurt is good, although they no longer have chocolate, and so we cannot get the swirl anymore. Yes, I know they
That's
have
a big
acai.
problem. You see, that's a big issue there.
They have acai, but I don't want an acai.
Who wants
swirl.
acai?
And the children used to mispronounce it and say squirrel, that they wanted a squirrel cone, which is adorable. I think, yeah, most of their stuff that I really like is food stuff. Like
The hot dogs out front.
Yeah.
My favorite item, actually, I can't say this. My favorite item I got from them was a Samsung 43-inch 4K TV for $250 that I use at our other house as my daily monitor.
I know what I like.
In fact, we actually ended up, when I was still working for a tech firm, we ended up buying all of them for everyone in the office because it was about time for us to upgrade our monitors, and it was such a good deal that it's excellent. I highly recommend if you want a really good desktop experience going with that route.
I also like the cart, the collapsible cart.
Oh yeah.
They have some really good ones, and they're also a good place. Like if you know that you're going to go with your family to a restaurant or even an amusement park. There's really good, great deals to pre-purchase. You're not going to save like half, but you have to be realistic and realize that saving some money is better than paying full price. So,
well, the best part is you buy them as gift cards, so then you can still use a coupon at the restaurant.
Yep.
So you're getting a double savings, stacking.
Yep.
Walt says he has 3 of the 7-inch grinders. They don't quit.
Scorpion Sunday, the churros, they are like crack. I was unaware of the churros until we had an event at the kids' school that we catered for the teachers, and we got some churros, and those were amazing. Amazing.
Hold on, I know we're way behind here.
Yes, sorry.
Oh my gosh, we're behind. She's very smart making that. Football team. I'm from Pittsburgh. Go Steelers. I'm a Bears fan from back in the day, way back. Do you mind? Reach a little boarding house reach there. What's the best drive-in burger joint and the best cafe in your area? The only drive-in burger joint, and it actually is a pretty good one. I like it. She doesn't care for it. Is Mark's. The best cafe. Best cafe is, what's the place we've been going? I forget the name of it all the time.
The homemade.
The Homemade Cafe.
Homemade kitchen.
Homemade Kitchen. What?
What about beef burger?
That's Mark's. It's like they advertise they have beef burgers, but the name of it's Mark's.
Right.
The cafe, they're only open for breakfast and lunch. They're only open Monday through Friday. They do on Fridays. They do a prime rib dinner, so they're open for dinner also. The people there are just so nice, and the food is great, and it's inexpensive. Because Livingston, being a tourist town, if you eat downtown, is super expensive. But you'll find around over the summer, the locals were eating elsewhere than downtown most of the time.
It's called the Homemade Kitchen.
Homemade
Kitchen.
Kitchen.
To make sure that we had the name right. They are amazing.
What street is it on?
It's on 11th.
On 11th. It's
and-
right across from the car wash.
Yes.
And just past the DQ.
Yes. And they have a really great kids menu that's actually affordable. Unlike... Okay, I'm going to strangle a child.
What are they doing?
And
We got to catch
they
up.
also
We're
have really great homemade jams and preserves.
way behind.
I'm going to go deal with children. Stop.
I'm just teasing you. New to the tool, have you done any, I'm guessing your Bauer tool reviews? I have. If you go to the main part of the channel and you do the little magnifying glass, you can do a search, type in Bauer. It'll show you all the videos I've done. Anyone actually use the new Irwin pliers wrench? I have not. I need to look into that. Hey, Manuel has Dentals has done about. Thank you very much, Antonio. I really appreciate that. Sorry, I forgot to mention they were $39.99 as far as Australia. Spent 2 to 3 months there and just hop around. Sorry, we're way behind and I'm trying to catch up. Channel lock 415. I like channel lock stuff. Jim Grady lived at the Renaissance at the Power Building in Cincinnati for a couple of years. Turns into ghost town after. You lived at the Renaissance, really? So I went to high school, the first 2 years of high school in Omaha, and then moved to Cincinnati, Ohio, and graduated from Anderson High School. Drove it on Hickman Field. Wow. You can take a car holding ferry from California to Hawaii and take your car with you. Well, there you go. I had no idea you could do that. I guess somehow they get there. Jim Grady, good night. God bless. Take care. Hopefully you're still here to hear that. I know we're so behind. Miss Bear, what do you think of the coins I found? I'm going to have to...
I thought they were super cool.
She thought they were super cool. She ducked out real quick. What's the Bears' favorite sushi? Anything stream fresh in Montana? They're being a tourist town, there's actually good sushi here. There's a place called Neptune's. It actually was a local brew pub, and they started a bar and grill that focuses on seafood, and they have a huge sushi selection.
Sushi, sashimi, yummy in my tummy.
I like nigiri or sashimi. I like going with an albacore or halibut, a lighter fish. I don't like rolls. She likes the maki, the rolls. You understand, having lived in San Francisco, there's probably more sushi places than there are Starbucks. They're everywhere. So it's just something you get used to eating. I actually kind of like it. I love trout too. And I've had trout a couple times since we've been up here. I want to get some more. I love her dollies. Drove Tucson, Seattle, loaded on a ferry off to Valdez XM. Do you have a video reviewing the Bauer tools? Didn't we just answer that?
They might not have heard.
Yeah, I do. We've reviewed several of them. AR Bourbon is a 250 series, split doors, dual Suburban, but we call it a Bourbon. Oh, I see. Also the Blue Dinosaur with a 350 motor.
Okay.
That sounds cool. Watching and listening, not typing, eating chicken Alfredo. That sounds good.
That's all you.
All in the rain. Oh, Carson's. He found those coins all in the rain.
Cool.
No more S word talking. Camel spiders. Camel spiders are wrong. Melee is alive and well. Yes, it is. In the den of tools. Now I get itching on my back, guys. We're talking about mosquitoes. Oh my gosh. We have mosquitoes here in Florence, Arizona, where the rain shows up a lot and the flood crops the fields. Oh, jeez. Oh, Timo, $5. Buy some plastic dip for the clapper on that cowbell. Hold on. If you don't want to hear it, now's the time to mute. 3, 2, 1. We're clear. No more cowbell for you.
I love it.
Bella's excited now.
Daughter, I swear we had Lucas the cut in our van. I was good until he landed on me. Wouldn't let Steve kill it. What?
Oh
For
my
you guys who
gosh.
don't know, there's a video series called Lucas the Spider. It's a little tiny wolf spider. I think actually wolf spiders are kind of adorable. The doing alright for an old guy. Good for you. You burned my alleys and holy fire. Yes, the holy fire, cleansing fire of the Emperor, as far as I'm concerned.
The acai bowl at Costco is great. I have no idea. Bella, are you
Tarantula hawk.
to come with my chair? Goofball.
Bunny, oh gosh, Costco. The shooting a few weeks ago at Costco, that was our Costco in Corona. I didn't even hear about it.
I did.
As I said, we're pretty out of touch up here.
Excuse me.
That stick you have cost $250 at Walt Disney for a lifesaver. That new Disney, yes.
Yes.
Although we do want to go see the new Star Wars. You know.
I've been, Dad. Come on.
Yes,
Galaxy's
yes.
Edge, but
I know. We all know. You've been. That's great. He went on a school trip. Had a great time. You went there, and where else did you go?
Knott's Berry Farm.
Knott's Berry Farm. Must be nice.
It was.
Thomas Stark. I had no idea you lived in Livingston. Man, I'm from Clyde Park. Been watching for a while.
We were in Clyde Park yesterday.
Are you in Clyde Park, or are you just from Clyde Park and transplanted somewhere else?
Because we drove up to Clyde Park, and then we were just driving around, just having some fun, and then took the back road over through the Bridger Bowl.
Yes.
We're gonna take the Cubs up there in a couple days, also.
Wait, where?
We'll tell you later.
Yeah.
Bunny McIntyre said that she thinks it's because the victims were shot by an off-duty LA police officer, which is why there's not much about it. You are correct. Yes, it was an off-duty officer.
The Manson Shipping Lines has a ship devoted to hauling cars and trucks, buses. I've loaded a few buses on it. Power company trucks after a big typhoon. Oh, wow. Love the Vegas roll. That's all you.
What? Oh, yes.
Ninja would just destroy JDS in about 60 seconds. I have no idea what that's in about.
Just so you know. Okay. The rain comment was about mosquitoes in Phoenix.
Yes.
Only
Oh,
thing
I
worse
see what you're
than
saying.
Spiders is a million-legged centipede. Oh, yeah. No.
You know, they don't wig me out, but I do know the bite from one of those centipedes is incredibly painful.
Wait, like, it's just a centipede.
They have. You would not believe how painful centipede venom is.
Francois is Brad Workbench of UFC. Aha.
What's that?
The name.
Oh, that was the UFC fight. Oh, okay. Again, I'm sorry. I've been so out of it with the local news. Oh my gosh, we're caught up.
Don't jinx us.
I know, right? Uncle Walter at Farm
is not in Clyde Park. You're in the Air Force stationed in Cheyenne. Are we going through Cheyenne?
No.
I'm very directionally challenged.
Oh my
so
gosh.
it's like I just turned him and I'm like, are we going through China on the way home? And he's like, no, we're not. That's a totally different country. Okay, not that bad, but you get what I'm saying.
That bad.
It's not that bad.
Jeep Gladiator 6-speed manual with the 3rd gen EcoDiesel 4x4. Do you have one? I'd love to hear about it. Although it's so weird for me to be in a Jeep where the speedometer isn't in the center of the dash console and that there's plastic everywhere.
He's saying he thought DeBear was a massive UFC fan, which you are, but it's...
Yeah, I am. I'll be honest, I used to be a huge UFC fan, but I've just been really busy this past year and I have not been keeping up with it like I used to. And this past month with the moving out of our house, getting everything up here and, getting back up to speed with things in Montana, just have not... I haven't looked at the news in weeks. And it's been so relaxing.
Carson's Exploring Channel says, how about the next person that donates money? You have to do one real firework on the 4th. Okay. That'll be an all you video.
Yeah, I'll be honest. If you live out west, there's so many few places where you can actually do fireworks because everything gets dry, it catches on fire. And then the other thing is, and this is something I actually had added it into, I had it in the video today, but I took it out because the video was running long and I was kind of rambling. But that is, if you're going to be doing fireworks in like your neighborhood and stuff, please check and make sure that there's no vets in the area who have issues with that. We've got a lot more vets these days than when I was young, you know, and a lot of people who've seen active duty, and it can be traumatic for them. So try to be thoughtful, check around, see if there's anybody in the neighborhood who can't cope before you start doing the big, loud kind of fireworks. The Zamazin Mania. Hello, how are you? We're doing good. Ronnie says, my tummy is so happy with cinnamon rolls. Soon for dessert. By the way, the only good spider is a dead spider. Donna Ross says, I just realized I forgot to bring a box fan. Oh, wow. I just picked up out of the trash at one of the thrift stores. It didn't work. I got an old vintage box fan. It's about this big, all metal. It's got a kind of like a powder blue paint on the outside. The whole thing's going to have to be refinished and rebuilt. But I am really looking forward to doing that project. Nick Hoffman, your core emperors shall be no match for the Tyranids. You cast out our only ally that can stop the spiders. I'm sorry, but, space wolves all the way. For the Emperor! For those of you who don't know, we're talking about Warhammer 40K. It was a tabletop wargaming kind of thing, and it was originally started over in Europe. And I was in Paris for a couple weeks, and I happened into a shop where they do the Warhammer thing, and my French was really bad at the time. And I walked in, and I'm trying to talk to them, like, hey, I play Warhammer, because it hadn't really been real popular in the U.S., but I managed to get a copy of it with a buddy of mine, and we were the only people we knew who played it. And here I found an actual shop, and I was so excited. And I'm sitting there talking to these guys, or trying to talk to them. They don't speak English, I don't speak French, but we all spoke Orc.
I knew.
Which is, wah! Yeah. And...
Yep, ladies, he's all mine.
All yours. Anyway, Juan says, not yet. I'm debating the Gladiator or bypass the new car purchase, like you mentioned, and get a second-gen Ram. I I love the Gladiator, but unless you're just like sitting on wads of cash, I would say, and if you are sitting on wads of cash, I would say the same thing. Get the used truck and send us the wads of cash because we'll put it to good use. We can use it to buy new tools or replace the drone or get therapy for the children. And you okay there?
Or a new monitor. Or a new computer when I spit soda all over it.
Oh. Tool Hacker. I like that name. New subscriber. Love the channel. Bought the Warrior cordless lithium ion drill for $25 with the coupon. It's great for around the house. It is. I built some new stairs for the deck last year with it. I picked that one up. I compared it with the Hyper Tough from Walmart and the Black & Decker. And I thought of the three, it was the best one. Definitely the best bang for the buck. Let's see here. Echo Belkin. Hello, Mr. Bear. How's it going, Echo? Eco. I don't know how to pronounce it. Illegal fireworks have started here in Southern California. Well, we should be getting the guns going off here shortly. Good news is there... Donna Ross says, good news is there are 10-hour videos. I don't know what she's talking about.
I'm glad you found 10-hour videos.
We're talking about box fans, and we're at 10 hours. Real Damage says, can anyone tell me why I lost the live feed? Just got back on. Can't tell you. Sorry. Any other Warrior lithium cordless tools coming out? I don't know. I asked them about that Thank you for reminding me. I'll ping them again. Brad's Workbench. I need a new show to get into. Anybody got suggestions from Netflix or Prime Video? There was something coming. Oh, coming out on Amazon in July 26th is something called The Boys. That's a spoof on superheroes. And it looks hilarious. It's very not family friendly, though. But it looks hilarious. Hi, little one. The Dark Angels are superior. Oh, please.
He would say pop. I would say soda.
He's talking about a chapter of the Space Marines.
A number of people have asked soda or pop. There's a whole discussion.
So that's funny because I grew up with pop, and then I moved to the West Coast and was there for so long. At some point, somehow it changed to soda, and so I'm multilingual. I can call it either one. Hold on, I need to.
There are 10-hour videos of box fan. She needs the box fan not for the fan, but for the sound, the white noise.
Oh.
Yes. Many people need that. Awesome. You are so right.
Plug in your phone and go to YouTube, and there's lots of channels that have white noise generators.
That's what she's saying.
Oh, sorry.
Thank goodness there's 10-hour videos.
Sorry.
He's a little slow. He doesn't.
I also use she whose name must not be mentioned, the Alexa, and you can tell it, hey, you play white noise. I like rainstorms. I like play rain.
That just makes me have to go to the bathroom.
Which means more bed space for me. The sci-fi or suspense. The channel, the one I'm talking about it's a sci-fi humor kind of thing.
Watch Dragon Ball.
End of Days show. What about
the
other one?
The other one I want to get to is Yellowstone. With what's his name, who was in Dances with Wolves?
Costner?
Kevin Costner. And that one looks pretty good. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I want to check that out. Juan Castillo.
I think it's Castillo.
Castillo.
Let us know if we pronounce it correctly.
All right, hold on. Cowbell in 3, 2, 1.
Ow! Den of Tools. No war chest of cash lying around. LOL. Just got your average industrial mechanic.
Well, thank you so much. That's
totally
awesome.
Appreciate it.
Let me know what truck you get. I'd be really interested in to find out because
I would be more interested because I like trucks.
Yeah, we're both kind of trucky like that. Sci-fi. I like Altered Carbon. Not new though. Did you read the book? I read Altered Carbon and I absolutely love that book. Andrew, hey, how's it going, man? How you doing?
Hey.
Carson's hearing fireworks going off right now.
Ouch.
Storms on a tent are nice. So my favorite, the best sleep. Okay, the best sleep I've ever gotten is in my sailboat, at anchor in a storm, rocking. Not a hard storm, just like rainstorm. But next to that, I had a house that was on stilts, about a foot over the water. And when you'd get a good storm in, the water would actually lap up against the bottom of the house, and you'd get the rain coming on the top of the house. And then I had a little wood-burning fireplace I'd stoke just right. Oh, just such good sleeps.
What about the Omen? Good Omens?
Oh, Good Omens. Good Omens. If you've read... So, Good Omens is a Terry Pratchett and Neil... what's his name? Neil Gaiman.
Gaiman. I actually knew that.
Yeah.
It's a miracle.
One of the best books I've ever read. It's freaking hilarious. And they did, on Amazon Prime, they did a mini-series. It is so good.
It's funny, but it's only 6 episodes.
Yeah, it's only 6 episodes, and I binge-watched the snot out of that thing. Oh.
Has anybody seen the new GMC Tale in person?
I have not. I know there's a lot of talk about the new bench thing that folds down, all the other stuff. Apparently, Dodge is coming out with one where it's a 2/3 thing, and it's like the whole thing can swing one way, or you can swing it open gate-wise, or you can swing part of it down. It's this weird, like, origami folding thing. Ronald Smith says the weather was so bad here in Florida we had to rent a barge. The fireworks out in the ocean and got the big ones. That's how we used to do that when I lived in Indiana. We went up to the lake house and we do one of the floating swimming barge kind of thing out in the lake. That was always fun. Adam Keretzer, I'm sorry if I'm not good at pronouncing names. Love the channel. Watch all your videos. Thank you, Adam. Glad to have you as part of the Den of Tools.
David says the cowbell needs more cowbell.
Oh, I think a lot of the people might disagree with you. Not many good sci-fi, unfortunately. It's hard to get good sci-fi these days. It really is. The best tool channel. Thank you.
Hey, daughter of Ra. We totally understand. You're not in your normal spot, so early night tonight sounds good. We will be watching for postcards. We just sent some more out to ya.
See, I told you there's stuff going out. Have a great night. Say hi to Steve for us. Give him a hug. What about Amazon's Tick? So I'm a big fan of the Tick. I used to watch the Tick back, the old animated one. You know, spoon! Or the, what's wrong with our old war cry? Not in the face. Not in the face.
Nice.
I cannot. I've tried 3 times to watch the new Tick. Can't get into it. I don't know what it is. The guy who does Tick, actually, I think is pretty good. I think it's the guy who does Arthur is just. Okay. I don't know. I just can't. What do you got back there?
It's nothing good.
Ah, old French fries.
They're delicious to him.
Yep, you have fun with that.
What? You can have half.
Kirsten says, do you know if the new Bauer recip saw will be coming out this month in stores and will also have a hanger? I can tell you that it will not be coming out in June. Late July, August is something, I guess I'm not really supposed to say anything about it, to be honest. But soon. Let's just say soon.
Confirm nor deny.
I probably said too much. Hold on. I'm checking on the hook.
I have no idea what he's saying.
Erg. Let's see here.
Walt says, I was out shopping while you're looking for that.
Okay.
Before the live chat, and I didn't see a single cab truck. Everything was crew cab or super cab. My 81 single cab 4x4 is so antique. Hey, Junk from work.
Hey, Junk from work. For those guys who don't know, I will be on Junk for Work's channel as a guest on Monday, 3 p.m. Mountain, so 4 Central Time. How's it going today?
Why are you talking Central?
Because he's on Central.
Why are you saying Mountain?
Because we're on Mountain.
But don't we normally say Pacific?
We do. I don't know.
Hi. You guys are awesome and can probably figure out the time thing.
See, this is why you don't let me do stuff myself. All right.
Andre says, are you kidding me? The new Amazon version of the Tick is the best. I mean, Patrick Warburton version was good, but this one is just incredible, including the support cast. I have not watched any of it, so you guys are speaking Swahili to me. How about a brief history of the Bear video overlooking how you gained your expertise, gaming company, etc. And that's from Buckeye 925.
Yes, I've been meaning to do one, and I'm really sorry I haven't done one yet. I don't see. So I've got 3 pictures of the Bauer saw. I can't share them with you, and they're all on the left-hand side of the saw. So if there is I can't believe it. All of them are on the left-hand side. So I can't say that there is or is not a hook on it.
And we can neither confirm nor deny anything right now.
Oh, I can show you this too.
Nope.
I can't show them that?
No. Nope.
Can I show them that?
No. Do you see what I'm working with here, people? Daughter of Ra, you've gone to bed. I'm all alone. No one to back me up.
Eric's going to turn me into a rug. The super excited. I am too. I really am. I just watched. What was the video you just? Oh, that test light. That was a great little hack. I like that. I might have to do one of those. Not a test, not a Tesla. He's in the bathroom correcting me.
He's not in the bathroom. He's in his bedroom.
He's in your bedroom. Then who left the light on in the bathroom?
Eleanor.
See?
Okay. Okay.
Duncan?
Yeah.
Noreen.
It was me.
Okay, thank you. Turn it off.
Ross says, I got a video out showing the Jeep dealership barking up the Gladiators, marking up. Yeah, they are. They're just charging unreasonable, which is ridiculous because unless you're looking for the launch edition, almost everyone has them. So this is the only dealership I've seen that didn't have 2 or 3 of them on the lot.
The Inquisition is gaining the upper hand. I must depart. Remember, there is no fallen dark angels.
Yeah.
Mr. Nobody left the light on. Yes,
Heretics.
there's a lot of those.
Yeah. Where was your house? Where's your lake house in Indiana? Up in the Lake District at Fox Lake near Auburn, just southwest of Angola.
Matthew Porter. I also have there's that meme that's on Facebook about based on the amount of laundry I do, there must be a whole bunch of people
who live here that
who
you've
live
never
here
met.
that I've never met. That's my life. I'm constantly doing laundry and I come home and I'm like, really? There's 47 pairs of pants that somehow were worn while I was at the laundromat.
Michael asked if I could do sanding disc belts and stuff in the future. I am planning to do one on those. I know I need to do more of those. But that's going to happen when I get back to Vegas from Montana. So early, probably like September, look for that. YouTube has a fantastic Zen video where they have a crackling fireplace, a winter snowstorm outside, and we can hear the breeze and everything. It's fantastic. Oh, that sounds good. Den Tools, I have a project I want to chat with you about. I think it's going to be really cool. It's just going to be us going off about tool trucks. I can do that all day. Standing on my head in a rainstorm.
Ooh, Brad's Workbench says, I just made myself sick. Tostitos hint of jalapeno chips were so good I almost ate the whole bag. Okay, I have not had hint of jalapeno chips. I've had the hint of lime, which I really like.
I love him with lime.
Yep.
I like hint of bourbon. Those are really good. By the way, if there's anyone in Livingston you want to meet me for a drink tonight, let me know. I'm going to go down to the Mint.
Nice.
Hey, everyone, look at my llama / alpaca.
Llama plans.
I got a llama plant.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, it's amazing, Dad. Gosh, get it right.
You're sleeping outside with the bears
Mm-hmm.
No, you.
And the mosquitoes.
and the mosquitoes.
No, you.
Where were we here? If you could not go to Harbor Freight anymore, where would you shop? That's a hard one because Harbor Freight is kind of a catch-all where I can get they have a ton of stuff that I like shopping there. There's no one place I would go, you know. Lowe's has some great stuff for around the house projects. Tractor Supply is great. The discount, the Tractor Supply has some of the best. Stay away from my stick over there.
You're amazing.
Oh,
What do you call it? What do we call it? The closeout sections.
You are
The
amazing.
clearance. They have one of the best clearance sections. The Durlast tools from AutoZone when they're on sale are a killer deal. Can you do a video on how you do the bear animation? That's a whole can of worms.
It's
The
magic.
the current policy is we don't talk about how we do the bear, and there's reasons, but I should probably do a video on why I don't talk about it. If I send you $20, can you show it? Show what?
We'll do $5,000.
If you send me $40, I will definitely show whatever it is.
I'll send you $40 right now.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea what you're talking about.
No clue. I swear I got the laundry done.
I know what it is. The photos.
Which photos?
The photos that you're not supposed to be showing.
Oh, those.
Yes. Haha.
No, I can't. Yep. I've made promises, and I'm the kind of person who stands behind them. Now, if we're talking $100, no.
Have you ever used Raycon woodworking equipment?
Raycon. I got a chance a couple times to use the Raycon bandsaws, and they're fabulous. They're just absolutely amazing. If you are a serious woodworker or professional woodworker, I can definitely see choosing the Raycon stuff. I know Laguna makes some good stuff in that class also, as does Grizzly. But I think for a 14-inch bandsaw, I would definitely go with the Grizzly. But if you're going to go with a 17-inch or bigger, I would go with the Raycon. Amazing. Such a dad joke. Who, me? Doing dad jokes? What was the one I heard the other day? What do you call a bear with no teeth? Or what do you call a grizzly bear with no teeth? A gummy bear.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
You never will.
Oh, I get it now.
Every kid is doing the llama thing. They're everywhere. And we're out in the middle of the wilderness. Come around a corner, there's a ranch filled with llamas. In Montana.
Brett,
They might have been alpacas, to be honest. I don't know.
The one I saw was llamas. Brett just did the laundry today and is now missing 3 socks and a tidy whitey. I'm just going to say right now that every single time I do the laundry, getting the socks to stay together. And my mom actually gave me this super amazing thing for socks.
No.
Oh.
And I used it, and now that we're here, I'm not using it. But it's basically like a little clip. So when you take your socks off, you clip them together so they stay together in the washing machine, and they don't run off to Vegas and marry a mismatched sock.
Is that like when I was a little kid and they would clip my mittens to my sleeves?
Something like that.
Okay. Sorry, I'll move over so you can
Yes.
scoot in here. Let's see here. I would go to Cal Ranch and Tractor Supply. Cal Ranch is I keep forgetting about Cal Ranch. We got one in Vegas. It's awesome. Brad says, "Be careful, they spit." So do I. Teeny Valor, come get some dinner. It's a geek thing.
I figured. That's why I just... Yep.
The Andrew says, in that case, can you just tell us what applications you use to do the animation? I don't want to do the bear specifically, but there's other characters. There are other characters. My issue is the main company that does the app. So I use OBS to filter everything else through. And I do all the other graphics myself. But the main company that's a package that does the animation stuff is who I have an issue with. I don't like their business practices, and I don't support them. And they've really, basically, that's a whole long discussion.
Yeah.
But the answer is I don't talk about them. So that's the short of it. If they want to change the way they do their business, they want to reach out to me and explain the choices they've made. We can have a discussion with them. They know who they are. They know what they did. So, Brad hates dub shows. I don't mind. Every once in a while I can get into them. If it's a really good show. I've watched a lot of Chinese action stuff, that kind of things. And some French. That one, what was the one with the photo booth one? Where she's going around finding the photos. The French one. That was a great movie.
I have no idea what he's talking about. Granted, I have never met you before in my life, so...
What's your take on Japan-made tools? Heard they're pretty good and would appreciate your take. They're excellent. Japanese-made tools are on the same... I'm sliding under the damn table. They're right up there.
Chalks for our chairs.
Yeah, probably right behind German-made tools.
Will you be at SEMA?
I got my ticket.
Can I go with you?
Nope. because I don't have a ticket for you. Den Tools, leaving Harbor Freight today, we saw the S-word truck drive by, and we all just pointed and laughed. You okay back there, Hound? Are
Tried break sick. Yes, but couldn't find the item at our Walmart. I'll keep trying.
I will say that was Brickseek, and Walmart is the hardest of all locations to find something. It needs to. We were talking before about how the Lowe's guys, the people there were holding the stuff back and keeping it for themselves. There are people who make money buying and flipping products, and what they do is they go to the employees at Walmart and say, if you hold these items for me, when you find these items, if you grab them for me, I'll come and buy them, and then I'll give you a commission on the sale. And that's how they make a secondary living. So it's, yeah. Anyway. Craftsman rebrands some Rikon bandsaws. Keep an eye out for them used online. Are they actually Rikon? Because a lot of those bandsaws, like you see it with the 14-inch also, is that they all come essentially out of the same mold, and they all get copied, and they're all made in Taiwan. Like almost every 14-inch bandsaw had the same frame, a lot of the same internals, just an idea about where the motor mount was and what kind of bearings you had in it, what kind of wheel you had on it. But the chassis of the saw was identical. So, I mean, if it is Rikon, that'd be a cool thing to find out. But, let's see here. By the way, Bear, I got a Harbor Freight tool cart in blue. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
If you haven't assembled it yet, make sure to watch some of the videos on how to assemble it. It can be tricky, and it's really heavy. Two people is best way to do it.
Actually know what they're doing.
Dylan says, I picked up the Bauer 20-volt circ saw today. It does not disappoint. The Bauer line is really good. For the average homeowner prosumer, it's a good line. Why don't they consider koala bears? Because they don't meet the qualifications. Qualifications. Get it? I like that. That's a good one.
Amelie? Is that the movie you were trying to...
Amelie, that's it. That's the movie. I love that movie.
I don't think I watched that movie.
Yeah, you did. You don't remember. You don't think you did, and we'll watch it again, and we'll get like halfway through it, and you'll be like, oh, I remember this movie. Nope. Yeah, you're always the one. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Oh, yeah, that's right.
I may or may not resemble that statement a lot.
So you're going to be at SEMA 2? Are you going to be in a booth or something? Let me know. We'll meet up and grab a coffee or something. Junk from work. I actually used the cordless Hyper Tough Weed Whacker from Walmart, and I don't think it was too bad. I haven't used them. I looked at them, and just looking at them, they seem to be pretty decent homeowner grade, tools. And for the price, I mean, if you got a small yard and you're just going to be, trimming around the yard and stuff, why not? They seem great. And I really like the fact that for the 40-volt stuff, they just used 2 of the 20-volt batteries. I like that better than having a whole nother line of batteries, because it makes your whole line, your choices, broadens your choices is what I guess I'm trying to say. It's assembled and kind of in place. The boss does not like it. Oh, jeez. Ronald Smith says, I notice a lot of people now doing tack-on videos into reviews ever since you started doing it. Why is everybody following the bear? Because he's superior. Tack-on. Do you mean Tecton? Tecton? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will be honest. I have noticed that I'll either do a video or I will talk about something I'm planning to do in the live stream. Like I've talked about this stuff. I was actually hesitant to start talking about my wrench review because I was afraid that somebody would see it and try to beat me to it. And when I say that, it's not usually any of our crew here, any of the people who are moderators or any of those. We never do that stuff to each other. Not that not that like if I do a review of wrenches, they can't do a review of a wrench. But like if I saw that Antonio or somebody was going to do a video of, welders, I wouldn't try to rush and do one at the same time. But like Justin Dow, he did a review of Walmart, and I walked through Walmart, and lots of people asked me to do a review of Walmart because again they like to get the different perspective. But I waited like a month to do it so that his video would have chance to mature and get the views it's going to view and get and stuff. And then I even said, this is the other thing I think that really comes down to integrity. If I do something that was inspired by somebody else or I saw by somebody else, you'll hear me say it in the video like, hey, I'm doing this. By the way, I got the idea for this from so-and-so, or I saw this on so-and-so's channel. And it doesn't cost you as a creator anything to give a nod out to where the original idea came from. And I have seen a lot of creators who are obviously copying me and not even commenting on it. And I got to say, like, I know Toolhead's giving me a nod saying, hey, I saw this over at Den of Tools. I know Justin has. I know a bunch of other people have. And I think that just shows just great integrity as a creator and just as a person when you can acknowledge that. Because I don't get where the whole idea of, well, I can't admit that somebody else had the idea first. I have to pretend like this was all mine. Like, other people aren't going to know.
Well, and I mean, I think at this point, like, really, truly original ideas are...
It's YouTube. There's 60 million videos out there, right, or billion. Everything's been thought of. The question is, how are you doing it? How are you putting your own spin on it? Right. And that's how you make it original. Let's see here.
Scorpion Sunday, really sorry that you have to move.
I hate moving.
I literally feel your pain. I know how that goes, and I had quite a bit of help. So I would just say, ask for help now. Accept help. I'm terrible at that. I'm awful. I'm the first to offer help and the last person to ask for it, even when I really need it.
Really, really need it.
That's enough commenting from the Peanut Gallery here about that.
Landlord selling house. We just went through that.
I know.
No, that is. What was it? What are your thoughts on the Inside Track Club? I'm an Inside Track Club member. I think if you go to Harbor Freight at least once a month, and buy, you're spending $50 to $100 there a month, then I think it makes sense, because you just need one or two purchases to cover the cost. They're going to be doing something at some point, allegedly, where it will automatically apply the coupons. And at that point, it's a no-brainer. But until that point, I mean, that's my rule. If you go there at least once a month, spend at least $50 to $100, then I would be an Inside Track Club member. Maintenance Man, yep. Tecton has been releasing a lot of new stuff recently. That may be a factor, but who knows? I've been using their stuff for a few years now, and I have no complaints. And honestly, and somebody asked me, where do I come up with where do I find these companies? And it's not like I had secret knowledge. It was other members of the Den of Tools. It was you guys. Mm-hmm. This is a community, and I had enough people saying, "Hey, check out Tecton. Hey, check out Tecton." And I'll be honest, I had seen them. I knew kind of who they were, but I thought it was a Taiwanese company that was selling tools via Amazon. I had no idea they were based in Michigan, that they'd been around for 50 years, or what their policies were as a company. And it wasn't until I looked into them I was like, wow, this is really something we need to know about.
Yep. And that's cool. That is really cool. I mean, I think, a couple times a year something will happen where I'll be like, whoa, like I had no previous knowledge, or I didn't realize the connections. And I think that's really cool to be able to share that.
Brad's Workbench. It happens to me all the time. I just remind myself that a lot of people are on YouTube, and most of the time it's probably coincidence. It is. There is a certain YouTuber whom I've said really unfriendly things about, who I noticed was copying a lot of the stuff that I was talking about. Why he was watching my channel, I have no idea.
It wasn't me, guys.
Matthew Porter says, I was watching one of your videos about DeWalt, and a buddy of mine didn't believe me until I showed him your video.
Yep.
Maintenance man, Brad at work. Everyone rips off Brad. Come on, he has all the best stuff. Yep. Certain spaces on YouTube are a bit overcrowded.
Yep.
Yeah, like the young girl makeup space.
Yes. Michael, when your wife accuses you of being a Harbor Freight free flashlight hoarder, you just tell her that as long as there's coupons, you need it. Because, yeah, we had like a whole display case at.
Yeah, she actually got them to give her the display case because she had so many
like
of them.
the little thing that holds them in the store because we had so many.
And then I had them on every single one of my like my stationary tools. I have it as a work light stuck to them.
Then the children decided that it was great that we had so many, and now we don't have as many because they left them.
The free flashlights.
Yeah. So you can always use them. They're great for like a gift or trying to illuminate something that you're working on in the middle of the night. Your car breaks down. They're awesome.
I would really like to see a review of crow's feet. You know, crow's feet are one of those things like you don't usually need them, but when you do need them, you do. And I haven't used them in years, and I don't know what happened to the set I had. And I don't know. I just haven't had a use for them. I guess at some point I may, but
this is the difference between you and I.
Are you telling me I should go buy them?
No.
Oh.
I'm just going to say that crow's feet for women are something totally different. And I was like, ha, that's so funny. Oh, wait, it's an actual thing. Never mind.
Antonio's going to run to the store to get soda. I could use some. I'm out. What's the relationship between Harbor Freight and Princess Auto here in Canada? My understanding is none. They just happen to have similar business plans.
Brian's workbench.
What not to do.
Yes. I'm convinced on some days that like somebody's going to show up and be like, thank you for participating in this social experiment for the last 27 years.
Well, there's one guy who's got a channel. I think he's got over 1 million views now, and he basically electrocutes himself and does all sorts of stupid stuff all the time.
Oh, so kind of like a tool electric person version of what's the guy that gets bitten by all the stuff?
Duncan. He's an electronics version of Coyote Peterson.
I apologize. It took so long to get that out.
Also, someone said to say hi to the cub in the background.
Sup?
He says sup. My kids do the same thing. I keep about 5 in my car. I'd like to know if Ticton wrenches and sockets grip worn down nuts and bolts are as good as quality brands like Snap-on. And that's what we're working on. That's where we're starting off with the comparison where I'm going to have like 20. I might start off with 16, but I'm hoping to get up to 20 wrenches.
10 millimeter.
And we're going to be doing the testing on that, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Love the sound of the train horn. Could you guys hear that? Yeah. So Livingston is a train town. Oh, thank you.
Dusty, so. Also, the enchiladas tomorrow night are going to be amazing.
Go buy them. I won't tell. Jack and Coke sounds good at the moment. I could really go for a bourbon and Coke. I see you back there.
Yep.
Whoa, so much foam. I think they sell some sort of Electro Boom. Yep. Are all the Harbor Freight stores the same size? No. The older stores are really small. The newer stores are 3 times or more the size.
We go to a bigger one, right?
Have you got a chance to fool around with JB Weld's new 50-20 PSI formula? I have not. Any opinion on the Hercules drill bits? I have played around with those, and I think they're amazing. What I like even better than that is their impact bits. I got some impact nut drivers and some Phillips and some torque bits that I've been using quite a bit. And I have found myself, like I have a whole tray of cheap Ryobi stuff. I got like hundreds of it that I picked up on a wholesale somewhere. It was after Christmas and they were blowing them out, so I just bought a bunch of them. And I now find myself actively going for the Hercules stuff because it's so indestructible. It's great. Pass that cab. Hey, Tool Bear, huge fan. Hey, glad to have you here at Den of Tools. Anyway, while we're here, we're caught up. Let's take yet another moment. Just take a second and say thank you to everyone. All of our the Blue Wrenches, the moderators. Thank you to all our moderators for all the work you do, keeping the channel.
Welcome.
Are you a moderator?
I am.
Oh my
actually.
gosh! Why would I make you a moderator?
I don't know. I asked one night. You're like, okay.
I must have been sleepy or something.
You must have.
Anyway, just wanted to say thank you for all the work you do, keeping the channel family, cub friendly, if you will, and for all the other stuff you do. Also, a lot of them are also creators. Brad's Workbench, Maintenance Man. Maintenance Man does some great videos. Junk from Work was here.
My bad does some good
Antonio's
videos.
around here. The who else was here?
Mad Bad Bear. did
Mad
some
Bad Bear.
videos.
You're not even commenting.
Nah, but I'm watching. I'm like,
But
here, so.
Toolhead was here. Anyway, take a second, go over to their channel, watch a video, give it a thumbs up, just to say thank you. Maybe leave a comment, and maybe you find something you like, and maybe you decide to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and spread your circle of tool channels that you watch. So we're trying to build a whole community that supports each other. I tease Brad and all the other guys, and we joke and stuff, but we all appreciate the videos that each other's do, or that we do. I'm going to be on Junk for Work's video, helping promote his channel and
Wait,
get more people there.
Digitally or real?
I don't know. I haven't decided. That's a good. I didn't think about that. So I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, that's going to be on Junk for Work. That's on Monday at. This is a 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Not a mod yet. When we can fix that.
Wait, who?
Hide user. No. There we go. Believe me, trust me, do not use a cordless drill to install a lag bolt in wood, whether it's got a hammer drill function or not. That's your big lag bolts can really... It's best to use something with a cord on it. Use an AC one. Whiskey will do that to you. What is it? Whiskey makes me frisky.
Whiskey makes you silly.
Yeah. Bears, I have to work in the morning. Time for this bear to hit the Z's. Keep up the good work. Matthew, thanks for stopping by. You take care.
Have a great night.
Good night, Matthew.
Oh, and my thank you to the mods. I also forgot to thank everyone who's donated, who's done a super chat and supported the channel. Especially, as I said, we lost someone very dear to us today. Our phantom drone flew off in the middle of the wilderness.
Yes.
So the super chats are going to help with alleviating that pain, trying to replace that tool. But anyway, I just want to say thank you to everyone who supports the channel. It's really amazing. And, the money goes towards, buying more tools and making more videos and putting out more content. And we love doing it. So we'd like to keep doing it for years and years to come. Are you going to put the kids to bed so you can go live with me so you can cut loose? That's a little early to do that, but I might send them outside. John Clark, howdy bear. Family, sorry for late checking in. How's it going, man?
It's never late checking in.
Yep, it's never too late.
Unless you're at 3:51.
Has it really been 3.5 hours of bear chat? It really has. We usually do 4 hours on Saturday night. You didn't say my name during the mod shout out. I'm sorry, Rodney.
I think we sort of talked about mods in general. So
I usually only say specific names for the people who have channels. I say thank you to all the mods who help regulate the channel, but I usually only, when I say the specific names, it's to get people to go check out their channels.
Yeah.
Maybe I should change that. Maybe I should call out everyone specifically. Drone's fault or pilot error?
Battery error.
I think honestly, I got a new battery, and off of Amazon, and the first battery I got from the supplier was dead on arrival, and the first flight with this new battery, literally the first flight, and I get a flyaway, and I've never had any problem like that. No interference, nothing. I'm in the middle of the mountains, just middle of nowhere, and it just took off. And we'd even done we did a compass reset on it. We did a GPS reset. Had set a new home point. I checked it before we flew. There's just no reason for this thing to have done that then.
Excessive operator headspace.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
I thought drones had
GPS, but go find it. They do. That's the thing, is it was flying. It wasn't that far away. It was 20 feet off the ground. And all of a sudden, it said signal lost just as the screen tilted. And no idea. We searched for about an hour looking for it. Couldn't find it. So my first thought was that it hit a tree and had gone down. But it wasn't there. So, as I said, it was either Sasquatch, aliens, or it just decided to fly back to Vegas.
Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Brad doesn't see how we can talk for 4 hours. He says, I probably don't talk 4 hours in a week.
Maybe it flew to Area 51.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I'd flown it 2 times in the city, or in town here in Livingston. So I'd set home points here, and I'd had one flight, and right before that, and had set a home point just down the road. Started the second flight. Actually, it was my third flight. So I did the first flight, did a home point, moved 100 meters down the road, did a second flight, set a home point on that one. Battery ran out on that second flight, landed, switched to the new battery I'd never used before. I got 5 minutes into that flight and gone. I honestly think it was something with the battery. I think the battery was probably counterfeit, knockoff, and it did something squirrely to the electronics. So, EPS cannon. I should post a map to show you where this was. This was literally the middle of nowhere. We're in a valley. Just picture perfect, gorgeous. I wish I could show you the pictures we took, because just beautiful. A trout stream, and
lost the SSD or the SD.
Yeah, we lost. Yeah, I was telling them that before. I'd pulled the SD card out of my GoPro to use it in the drone, and I had a bunch of other videos from done a whole bunch of thrift store shopping, looking at tools and stuff, and that was gone too. So I'm actually more upset about the video and the work lost than I am about the drone.
A number of people are saying, did you have the GPS off?
Nope.
Did you look for it?
Did I look for it? No, I
just threw your hands up and said, I'm
out. Who wants it? We got to get a license to fly a drone in this country. I have one, actually. Where is it?
You don't need to he has one.
I'm actually a FAA licensed Part 107 drone pilot. Let's see here. Ronnie says, okay, you're forgiven. Did LC message earlier and sad because I'm still waiting patiently for my drawing.
Yes. The golden bear drawing.
Oh,
is
yes.
supposed to come here, but it's in Vegas, so that's why it's
Yes.
not there yet.
I didn't see the message earlier. Did you?
The message earlier was that she looked cute and to say hello. She was walking around, and I think she's unconscious now. But I will tell her in the morning. She's very tired. They had a long day. They did lots of running around and stuff. So, didn't forget about the drawing. It just didn't make the trip to Montana.
Yeah. Matt says, it is possible to keep flying on its last command if it wasn't properly designed to stop all operations when connection is lost. It's a Phantom P4 Advanced. It's programmed that when it loses signal to go to its last home point. In fact, it's supposed to rise to an elevation of, I think, 30 or 60 feet, fly direct line back to its last home point, and then land.
Mustang One said, I bought your Tecton because of your channel.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Dennis, have a great night. Says, keep up the great vids and have a good weekend.
You too. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. David asks, are you still able to ping its GPS location? No, that's the thing. So I've had drones crash on me before. I had a 3DR that one of the propellers just came apart in mid-flight. And it was over cement. It fell 30 feet onto hard cement, shattered into a million pieces, was still on, was still transmitting. This thing was in, grass and tree. I mean, if it fell, it would hit grass. I'm not saying it wouldn't break or something, but there's no reason.
It shouldn't have malfunctioned in the way that it did.
Yeah. I mean, because it was there 1 second, all of a sudden it said, lost connection, gone. At that point, you can't ping the GPS. You can't do the find my drone function. You can't do any of that. And we walked around and tried to figure out everywhere it could have gone. And because immediately it lost all signal. It's like somebody yanked the battery pack out of it.
Yeah.
That's probably, if it lost battery, if the battery just died on it, it would have just fallen.
Yeah.
So
we
I don't know.
Still found it.
Kind of like Where's Waldo? Yeah. Let's see here. So Bear is jack of all trades. More like king of all trades, thank you. I've been doing the jack of all trades thing for so long that I got promoted. Well, tired because I was helping my mom for more than it's been a long day. The drone was confiscated because you flew into a certain company's airspace. They're taking over everything for delivery.
Nice.
If they're delivering to the Absaroka wilderness, then they've really expanded their territory.
That was funny. Budget Tool says send the Cubs out there for the $100 reward. Okay. Obviously, you don't know our Cubs. They would be lost in the wilderness for weeks.
Yeah,
they
we'd
would
never
not
get them
give
back.
up. Yep.
The drones are self-aware. Technological Armageddon's upon us.
Yep.
Antonio's back.
Yay!
Matt, sorry for your loss, sir. May it rest in peace.
Yes.
Or pieces.
Yep.
Maybe the Moto knows where the drone's at.
We consulted the Moto. We tried.
Yep. What? No, shut up, Moto.
Yeah, because it just made a noise.
Oh, I didn't even hear it. Just won't come equipped with Hellfire missiles.
Nice.
All right. I got to tell you what, everyone. I know we're a little shy. We're at 3:37, but...
It says error occurred. Are we offline?
Anyway, it's been a long day for us all. We've been out and about, and I think we're going to cut it early tonight. So, thank you all for being here tonight. Any last parting words?
Just remember to check out your fellow folks who have other channels and to go out and try to see and do new fun things. Have a great evening. Those that are going to church tomorrow, have a wonderful day at church. Everyone else, have a great weekend. Have a safe 4th of July. And, as always,
Shine on.
shine on.